Or it's a solid
especially
tournament pick stage.
yeah, it's good. I also find it, especially if you really like to just corner your opponents, because it's fairly easy to corner your opponents, especially because it's really just like that one big length, and then it's just kind of rest is really just corners.
8. Alright, and with everything set and ready, we can dive in. Flesh Eater versus TC. 63rd Scrapstar can commence.
Ooh, both good loadouts.
Indeed. Definitely some good coverage. TC going in with some Coil classics. Toaster, Nade. You can't go wrong if you're a Coil and you're putting gloves on. That's a 101 good Coil. You just put some gloves on, you start punching, and your opponent's day is instantly ruined. Flesh going in with a couple of nice picks himself, though. Toaster and Bub, or the Toaster and Biffler are both excellent picks at trying to snipe and poke down a Coil.
The only thing I find problem with throwing a light arm with Coil, which might not be an issue because it's using Biffler instead of Tri-Blast, is because Coil has that third arm, he's able to punch so much more, which he can go through the Biffler. Which is one thing he's going to have to watch out.
That also said, like, those light arms usually are designed to be spread coverage. So if your opponent isn't able to necessarily punch them down, like we're just seeing here, Flesh can just have an easy time calling out TC's movements, punishing them down, and he's going to be able to claim a good, very hardy first point because of that.
And TC is switching to the double toaster instead of Nade. Which honestly I think just benefits because I think Toaster is a little faster than Nade, isn't it?
Oh, Toaster is significantly faster than Nade. Nade is one of the slowest gloves out there. I think it's either a bit faster than Sparky or a bit slower than Sparky, but it's around that area.
Although I do think it just benefits because the Biffler can't keep flipping that charge Nade. Which seemed to be a little bit of a problem in the first round.
Yeah, that was interrupting a lot of movement for TC as well. And just the fact that the Toasters also retract a lot more quickly means that it's safer for him to throw out these punches. And while Nate does do more damage, the Toaster's charge fire hit is going to prevent some regeneration.
Yeah.
And it's just a guaranteed knockdown regardless, so if he's just connecting charge Toasters, it's just good.
We see Fleshy switching up Biffler anywhere. Not sure if that's just because of the movement. He's figured out the movement of TC or what.
No, I think Flesh is actually sticking with. Oh no, he swapped the sides. Yeah,
he's
no, I think
sides,
it's
so
just.
This be the movement thing.
I'd actually go as far as to say, like, recognizing that Biffler wasn't really working out as well once TC went double toaster. Basically, he was just having an easier time punching through those attacks. So keeping it uncharged means that it's smaller, more spread out, a lot easier to kind of punch down. And the toaster is still a very scary, really prominent arm when it is in permacharge like we're seeing right here.
It's honestly just, he can probably just like spam toaster, and as long as he's not getting hit, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on TC.
Oh yeah.
As we see that Biffler gets the winning shot of this match. So it was the right call. Well played on both ends for sure.
Indeed. With that, Flesh Eater going to be able to set up with match advantage, getting that good little bit of tempo, a little bit of extra control and spacing. Now we get to go into the stage striking. TC has a chance to turn things around.
And TC, we're going to Mausoleum.
This is a pretty good coil pick. It's going to be an effective one on. The chase is going to be a little bit easier to prevent Flesh from getting that Dragon Arm. It's well rounded, so TC doesn't have to really worry about getting cornered. And if that center platform breaks open, he plays coil. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I do think this is a very effective pick for Coil. It's gonna be interesting because if the middle platform breaks early on, then that can essentially probably disrupt Min Min. Or wait, no, that's gonna disrupt Coil because Coil just plays in the air and isn't gonna touch it.
We're seeing some good opening plays from Flesh though. Just two really nice reads with the Biffler. Just quick knockdowns, managed to find some time to get that Dragon Arm, and now the Toaster is coming in hot as well. Just continuing to amplify this pressure. Finally finding some space from himself. Out comes this rush, a nice call out, good block. Flesh gonna take this chance to charge up that Dragon Arm, which is gonna make him just back into that advantage position. Any good hit, and now they're in a very dicey place where TC could easily just start closing this out.
That was a good rush too. I didn't. Generally that's kind of unexpected too. Like if you've been hit by Biffler to pop out a rush, because your opponent's definitely gonna let your guard down when you can't see with the Biffler.
It's kind of a mix, where it's like, a lot of people kind of see it as a different way to handle like freezes, where Biffler is the blind, freeze leads the ice chain, rush breaks either of those, so a lot of people will just kind of mash that rush button to clear that impurity, that status ailment, and get rid of it. So you'll see it generally with ice chains, like when they see you have a rush, especially at higher level, they'll anticipate it, they'll counterplay by blinding you or freezing you, and then they'll just kind of sit and wait. But that takes a lot of figuring things out, where Flesh is definitely still trying to get to that point of understanding, where they get the blind and now it's the, oh, now I'm in advantage, I'm going to capitalize on this, and completely forgets about the fact that TC had that rush just to be like, I'm just going to, no.
Well, TC has some great pressure right now. He got his, the early rush, and he almost has a fully charged one. And then Flesh Eater swapped the Toaster for Tri-Blast, which I honestly think that was a mistake, just because the two light arms, like, they're both good arms, but, like, at that point, TC really just has to throw out a punch, and then Flesh Eater has to avoid counterattack.
Indeed. I mean, Min Min's solid enough that she can dodge around and make her way around a lot of those attacks.
She can.
But even then, it's still, you're still trying to hit Dr. Coil while dodging a barrage of attacks, and it's just, you're playing a bowl of hell in that case, and in these exchanges, you might not be wanting to look for that. You might need to find something a little more safer, a bit more steady.
Yeah, I totally agree. It kind of just, at that point in the round, it really kind of just deteriorated because TC was able to just keep the pressure, and Flesh Eater was able to get in some hits, like with like a Min like backdash kick or like an air kick, followed by like a Tri-Blast or a Biffler. But still it's good for like quick kind of jabs and pokes because you couldn't really get him charged. But for the long game, it just wasn't helping him. It wasn't doing it. He didn't have that medium arm within the Toaster and able to stop another Toaster.
Alright, looks like we've got our next stage already picked up and ready, and Flesh is going to be taking us back to Buster Beach. Another chance to keep this going. They won the first time, so it makes sense that they want to take us here again.
You gotta play with, in a tournament where you're facing against like really good players like this, you gotta play what you know, and you gotta play what works. So I'm not surprised we're going back to Buster Beach, and in theory, Flesh Eater is hoping to pull out a win here, and he's actually swapping to Buff instead of Toaster, which
Bub.
Or Bub. My gosh.
I mean, it's basically the same thing. The names are
It's
so
the same
close.
thing. Yeah. But I don't know, because though like the Bub gets bigger when it's charged, it isn't necessarily, it's a little slower than the Toaster for sure.
Yeah.
So,
That said, that's safe. The ability to box, it's so good at poking, it's so good at just kind of reaching around the corner, finding its way in, that if you have a great arm to complement it, I generally recommend a Slap-A-Man, or maybe not the Biffler in this case. You can definitely do some good work. Unfortunately, yeah, just without a solid enough arm to get good follow-ups or just keep neutral playing out, the bub doesn't look like it worked out nearly as well as Flesh was hoping. At least on its own. We'll have to see how this story plays out when we've got two of them equipped.
At that point, I think, especially when it's just double gloves, it's really you just gotta outbox your at that point.
Indeed.
You really gotta, especially against Coil with that third arm, you really gotta just pick your punches carefully.
Indeed.
Which right now they kind of just seem to be trading.
Bub is safe enough that Flesh is definitely leaning into the notion of like, I'll just power through everything. Prevents Dr. Coil from being able to buff up, especially when you have the better Bub. Like, you're just gonna have an easy time powering through everything that TC is throwing out. And you're seeing some great plays because of that.
You could even see that too, like even before TC landed that rush, he was kind of just like trying to close in, but he was just getting pushed back. And even as you're gonna see right there, he's the Bub is just more, I guess, more safer than Toaster, and he can't really do much.
Mm-hmm. What TC's looking for probably at this point is he's gonna have to focus on more ranged play. Well, it's going to be a little more awkward to be able to reach around the Bubs. If you get too close, it's going to just be a very easy boxing game for Flesh to power through. Good shield play will allow a little bit more room for TC, but yeah, it's all he needs to be able to start finding more windows because it's no longer a story of him just having an easy time overpowering Flesh.
This is not a place I would want to be in if I were Flesh Eater. We're in the corner against Coil, but he manages to get out with the grab. So
yeah, solid amount of damage. He's got a rush generated as well, and it will kill if he finds that window. Sees his chance.
Oh.
Taco just barely
within range. Pixel. The magic pixel. Oh, he's gonna pop his rush. It's not gonna kill.
He's gonna focus on trying to get something, a nice read on that shield. Sets Flesh up in a position where he can potentially get killed after a couple more plays. TC has to play this safe though. He has to play consciously, fully aware of what Flesh is looking for, but he's not going to be cautious enough.
Flesh just gets caught with the Bub. That was, that's never a good place to be in with Min. Or not with Min, against Coil with any character.
But having something safe like Bub, that's just a secure option. And he was able to carry that through to the end. Manages to get the win. We'll be advancing to face off against Adam Brain in the round 2 quarterfinals.
Yeah, that Bub definitely made the difference. It was just safer, and at that point he was able to just pick and choose his punches against Coil. Very good playing from both players.
Alright.
My hats go off to both of them.
Indeed. So we're just looking right now at a tied up poll. We've got Jellypop versus False King tied with Alamonks versus Treebird. As they're locked dead even and the timer's closing down, I'm gonna use my streamer card. I'm gonna call out which one I want. And since we already did TC and Flesh Eater, we can hit up Jellypop and False King, and that kind of sets us up at a good tempo for where we're gonna keep rolling with the rest of these matches.
All right.
Let's get our players set up and in here. And actually, I think they got the stage is all set up already, so we're going to DNA Lab. Oh! Oh, it's Smoosh. Hello, Smoosh! Many greetings to you. Much thank for the sub. I know the expansion for WoW is coming up pretty soon, so I'm sure you're all excited and ready to go for that. I might try to drop by and watch some leveling processes going on with some people, like... My brain has completely escaped me. Hold on.
It happens. Sometimes I just play a game and I
Desali.
totally cool.
Nah. Hi. What's up?
Yeah.
Well, I'm running a tournament right now. What's up with you, bub?
Yeah, they are going to DNA.
Indeed. Yeah. They already did the stage banning just in a channel below. So much thanks for them for getting that set up, so we can just quickly slide into our next bout. Of course, we've got two up-and-coming stars. False Kane has been around this scene since the ancient times, and Jelly being a lot more active in the scene just recently. But he's been proving himself to be quite the Helix player, so we'll have to see if his goopy ways...
As a fellow Helix main, I'm excited to see more Helixes, because really out of all my friends, I'm the only one who plays Helix. But I actually do think Helix does really well in DNA as well with the pillars, which is going to be interesting. I've seen Jelly play like once or twice, because as I was getting ready for work, I watched like a match of his on one of the stream replays, and he's pretty solid. I can't remember what arms he uses for the life of me.
He's got a few options. Generally, a lot of the stuff you know well and good from Helix. He's also been working on a Ninjara, so maybe we'll see that step into the bracket, because it does sound like he's been looking to try to get a couple new answers to get things rolling for him a bit better further down.
Yeah.
Because there's some matchups that are definitely really rough.
Yeah, agree. As Helix, especially myself, like, there are certain, especially for my playstyle, so I generally go double fun chuck, double buff, or occasionally now I'm starting to do the Scully fun chuck. And a character like Ninjara or Min Min, those two characters are really fast, but especially like Ninjara, because Ninjara can just kind of teleport around Helix as well. So even when Helix, if you go double fun chuck Helix, people generally like to put a lot of shield pressure, which is good, but when you have a character like Ninjara, he just teleports you and hits you with a quick jab.
Indeed. There's also other matchups where it's like, Helix is one of those characters where if you come in with the right tools, Helix really just struggles.
Helix against any good curving arm, especially if they're a Helix that thrives in tower mode, they will get shut down without any chance. Doesn't even matter what it is. If it curves, Helix is going to struggle.
I mean, it depends on the girth on that regard too, because if it's a smaller girth character, there's a lot of curve arms where if you just hold back and then you see the curve thing come up and you just go forwards a bit, all of a sudden that thing just slides right behind you.
Yeah.
No problems had, no issues to be seen. Oh, gods! Oh, gods! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, that's a lot of subs! Smoosh, thank you for the 20 subs that you have provided to this channel. You all enjoy the emotes that you got now, and if anybody who is a sub is interested, you can add us onto the stream playlist. Terms and conditions apply. More information in the Planet Scrapstar Discord. But yes, thank you, Smoosh, for subscribing to giving everybody a subscribe. That is Treebird, Lewis, Bolt, Mario, Naru, Luigi. I'm just reading out names of a bunch of people. Some people might be lurking here, some people maybe not. I know Tamashi's probably asleep at this point. And Ripa.
They're what? They're both EU, or Rifa's EU for sure.
Rifa is EU, very EU. So I'm getting reports that Jelly got lost in ranked mode, so that's why we're not hearing it from him. But that must be a very long ranked match, because unless he's just completely forgotten that he's in a tournament, because it's a good 3-4 minutes since I last pinged him, and he has yet to respond.
He's probably just like in the gamer position, hunched over, like, why is my thing going off? Discord going off?
We'll give him a couple of minutes. Worst case scenario, we might have to turn this into a bye. And if that do be the way that it rolls, would be unfortunate.
Would be very unfortunate.
That would be really unfortunate for him. If anybody has any awareness of where Jelly Pop may be, please notify him that he is required at the TO desk ASAP. How was your day?
My day was pretty good. I had school most of the day, but wasn't too bad. How was your day?
It was chill enough. I ran the EU Scrapstar. I have a new little plant friend, a new Pokemon Lego plant friend. They're very precious and cute, and I love them. Definitely worth the $5. Kind of. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. Oh, so he has replied to me. He had a million things that he had to do, so he is back though. Wait, no, he had to do a thing, and that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big rip.
Alright, I think he's coming back. I think we're good to start going.
Yeah, he's coming on, and then we'll see.
There he is!
There we go.
Let the games continue. We got the Twin Tail versus the Helix.
Oh, he's going the kind of like magenta Helix too.
Yeah, this is his favorite Helix. He always goes with this Helix.
It's my favorite too. And here we go, round one. Helix going Toaster Tri-Blast versus Cool.
Indeed. Yeah, some good coverage that's coming in from both ends. That Tri-Blast and that Coolerang. Like you were saying before, it can cause a lot of trouble for Jelly to dodge around, so you're gonna definitely see him stay on the move, keep it mobile to make sure that he's always got a couple of options open. And False King just... Wait, this isn't False King, this is a... This False King is false. He's not using like Chilla Sparky. He's changed his loadout. We've got some new arms coming in on the field. Some nice coverage choices too. Definitely some really good picks against Helix.
I will say Helix is doing a very good job avoiding the Coolerang for sure. I actually thought what would be an issue for Helix is if, like a character like Helix, though he plays it very well behind like the DNA pillars, as we saw at the beginning. If you throw out a curved arm, then it can actually be hard for the Helix to see it coming. So, but one thing I will say that actually can be good for Jelly is that when Helix is in tower mode, he doesn't get frozen. So he'll just get knocked down and get back up.
It does allow him to recover, but right now I don't think that's really that important because he needs to get some damage on False King, and unfortunately for him, False has more than enough health to work with. Is going to be able to time him out and claims the first point.
And both characters are going into the second round with their rush as well, so they got to be a little careful, in case one of them wants to pop an early rush. We're seeing double Tri-Blast Helix.
If he sees a moment to throw this out, this is actually a shield breaker loadout. Even more so with False King having that dripped out. I kind of want to just see him throw it out like this. Oh, but he's going to whiff. Excellent dodge, though. Gets 60 damage, which isn't necessarily a significant amount, but off of a punish play, that's still remarkable.
And in terms of what could have happened.
Indeed. Definitely struggling to contend against this Tri-Blast Coolerang combo. It's causing a lot of pressure. It's still causing him a lot of damage. And DNA Lab's just kind of punishing his movement a lot here because of that slight elevation change. He will make through with a Magic Pixel, but he's got a full 75% of False King's health to work with. And
he's got a lot of ground to make up, for sure.
He's not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, False King is gonna take game 1. So I wonder what Jelly's gonna have to change about his strategy here if he wants to be able to get up around against False King.
Indeed. I'm suspecting that we're going to be looking at a slightly more aggressive stage, and it does look like we're going to be going to such a stage. He usually feels a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable. I think in the banning process, he accidentally banned sparring to his own detriment.
Yeah. And we see, it looks, no, he's going to go...
This is a good one.
Slap-emitter Toaster. Which is going to be good because he can Slap-emitter can be a little better at catching Twin Tail in the air.
Indeed. And then the Toaster, of course. We already saw how good it can be in our last match. We'll probably see it do some pretty solid things here as well if Jelly can contend the ferocity of that Tri-Blast Coolerang combo.
He does get some nice Toaster pokes. He is actually doing a very good job at dodging both the Tri-Blast and Coolerang, which do very well against Helix.
Yeah, no, his movement is...
Yeah,
it's continuing to improve. The more I see his Helix at play, the better it gets. Like, he's constantly figuring out how to dodge some of the great... Like how a lot of players, like Mechanicus, have to figure out how to play against firearms. How...
Yeah.
Coil has to learn how to play against light arms. Like, every character has their weaknesses, and while some matchups are very, very, very difficult, there's a lot of cases where if you're just playing it patiently, if you just learn what you need to do, you can definitely make it work. Unfortunately, he's just too locked into that corner this time and will not be able to bring it back.
That Twin Tail just read his, at that point, just read his moves with the Coolerang, and he just couldn't get out of the corner. We do see Jelly Guy, I think, going a little more aggressive with the Toaster, with double Toasters for sure.
We'll have to see how if this helps him out at all. But one of the big things he'll definitely be needing to look at is just trying to force False King away, prevent him from doing this corner pressure that False King's currently doing.
Although I think False King is definitely a little more wary, because if you notice, he did push Jelly into the corner and then he backed off, especially because Jelly does have a rush.
Yeah, he saw that rush.
If he pops it well, can get him back in the game for sure. Although now Twin Tail does have rush, so this can be a little counterproductive where Jelly just rushes him and he gets rushed. right now. Jelly brought it back.
He's looking to get a kill. He doesn't want to get cornered. He's letting himself get cornered, and this is where False King was able to turn things around before. But we do have a huge health difference this time.
Yeah. And that nice toaster is gonna KO Twinkling Tail. Although we'll say, as far as going into the final round, I will say, False King does have the advantage just because he has Rush. So if he can pop it early, then it'll be very effective.
That said, we do see a Sparky stepping into the field now, so he doesn't have that widespread coverage that the Tri-Blast had. And Jelly's quickly getting a rush of his own once again. You can see False King recognizing that if he just keeps this pressure going, chances are he'd be able to get this damage. Now he has to respect Jelly Pop because he's got the health lead, can try to play things safe and time him out, but you can't really push your opponent back for too long here. This is a pretty small stage. And I feel like just going for that damage, just like False King did, is going to be a huge, could be a huge detrimental play if Jelly can just get the right pressure, right callouts. We do get a nice 250 damage rush. He's going to keep his distance still a little bit. I feel like he needs to press just a pinch more. We are getting another weakened shield. Jelly will get a little bit more damage off of that and is going to continue to hold this lead. Those charged toasters just making so much mileage in rush generation, helping him stay even with False King.
That Sparky grab confirmed too.
Oh, that's it though!
That rush.
Unfortunately, could not stay in the air long enough to slip out of the way of that Sparky. And False King going to be able to secure a very, or a near 2-0.
Very, yeah. I will say, Jelly, you're a fantastic Helix. Like, it's your movement is really solid for sure.
I feel like it could have worked out for him. It's just unfortunately that first round where he just got cornered by False King, that was where it really just caused him to lose so much tempo and control.
Yeah, for sure. I think, honestly, where that round where False King just made that killer comeback, I even think that even if Jelly got out of that corner, and he didn't even have to win that round, but if he got out of that corner, then I think the rounds could have gone differently, just because I think he could have given them just even a little more confidence and on figuring out how to get out of that corner too. Because one of his problems was he even in the corner he played well and avoided a lot of the punches. The only problem he faced is that he just had a hard time getting out of the corner.
Alright, let's head into the next one. We're making good time. We could probably get one or two more with you, and then I'll move over. I'll let you go so you can take care of some of your other work in life.
Yep.
Let's get Lewis and Alumox in here for our next bout. Where is she? I see she didn't know the message in the lobby, so I'll just have to catch them. Yeah, let's get things set up for these.
Jelly said he is about to make the craziest losers run of all time.
We'll have to see if he's able to do that. I believe in him.
He has the skills to do so, for sure. Everyone here does. I wouldn't say there's anyone who's like, oh, they're not going to win. Everyone has a shot, for sure.
Indeed. We are moving in. Semifinals are go. Just looking for our last pick of the stage. We'll keep things going. Oh, woo! Ooh. 19 months, many thank. Alright, so just looking for that one final pick, and then we could get things going. Please don't, Jelly. Jelly will beat you up. Jelly! If he's got... you, I believe in you too, Flesh, but somebody's got to come out of there alive, and somebody's got to be coming out of there dead. There's no alternative. You can't come out holding hands, friend and friend, and then gain up on everybody from then on. Unfortunately, that's not how this works. You can't take team with people.
We are going to gain DNA lab for game 1.
Indeed. And we are all set. Kid Cobra is hot, and we can dive into our next battle, Alamugs versus Lewis.
Ooh, we have Springman versus Max Brass. 2 deflect characters.
I do believe that this is actually in Springman's favor, as he's just going to have a little bit... It's pretty easy for him to get that charge, and while that lack of armor can be difficult to work with, the improved movement speed just lends himself so well. And we are seeing a lot of that movement speed going in right now, as Lewis is just dancing all over Alamux. I can definitely tell Alamux was anticipating the Helix as well. So she's going in with some weaker arms for the matchup, having to go in with the Club and the Chakram.
Now we see the Max Brass getting buff, which is where Lewis is gonna have to watch out, because this is where he can just put pressure.
That said, she does have to watch out, because Lewis has got a rush available, and a single charge toaster will take her down. So while she has the opportunity to bring things back, Lewis isn't too far from an opportunity of his own. And he sees that chance, he's gonna take it.
I don't know if obviously he took the game. I honestly don't know if popping Rush was the best thing for Lewis, just because now he's going in a game against Max Brass. Obviously with basically just like a quarter health down.
Well, the big thing is, if it could be really scary, it can definitely be really difficult. That does confirm that he gets a point, though, and gives him a chance to generate rush for the next round as well. And if Alamux is going to throw it out quickly like that to try to set tempo advantage, she didn't have any pressure, any cornering, so Lewis was able to immediately get his deflect game back, rolling back on pace, and he's currently holding control of this round. He needs, like... I think he technically, if he gets the full rush, would be able to KO Alamux here. Otherwise, he just needs like a single love tap or 2.
Yeah. One thing I will say that Lewis is doing a very good job at, making sure he keeps the pressure on Alamux, so that he can't that grab. But it helps him because Max Brass essentially needs to get, has deflect, but he also likes to get buff. And Lewis is just putting all the pressure on Max Brass, so he can't get buff. And essentially when Max Brass isn't buff, he's really just like a slower version of Springman, essentially.
Oh yeah. That's one of the big advantages to Springman in this matchup. And that's also kind of why Springman does well against Springtron is, if Springman just kind of prevents his Spring counterpart from being able to get into their power mode, he's just better than them. Like in base neutral, the Springman character is the player playing Springman is going to perform better than the player not playing Springman. the other side, like Brass or Springtron, are really looking for a chance to be able to turn things around by buffing up, getting an EMP. In those circumstances, then it works out a lot better for them. But even then, Springman's like a well-rounded enough character that he can still make things work. And this is not a good pick for Brass. This, I'm curious to see how things are gonna go here, but
Alumux did go nade to counter deflect.
That said, it's also really easy for Toasters to box those down. But yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. The big problem I see here is the fact that if she doesn't have tempo advantage, Lewis controls this match. Because she doesn't have time to buff up here. She doesn't have the defensive options of like DNA Lab. She doesn't have the spacing that DNA Lab provides either to give her a guaranteed startup. She is immediately playing on neutral ground with Springman, which means she's immediately playing slower than Springman. She did get a good opening, but yeah, we're seeing again, because she doesn't have that space, Lewis is just taking control of this matchup again. He's starting to get better plays. She's now in rage, but he's got that rush as a good option to close things out if he needs it. Doesn't need it though, as one more well-aimed Toaster will take her down.
Alumux is gonna go Tri-Blast, which is definitely a better pick, especially than Chakram, just because Chakram wasn't really able to get hits out on Springman at any.
If she can capitalize on forcing Lewis into boxing states while she has armor, then yeah, it's gonna be really scary. Yeah. That said, like, there's a lot of cases where Lewis can just punch through these hits, though. Ooh, nice block that will help her out. And she's going to be able to utilize that tempo, gets another chance to buff up. Yeah, these explosions are doing some good work this time around.
That Tri-Blast, too, is really making a difference because it just gets that such a wide area.
But she's looking for that rush every time. But because of the fact that she's facing off against two perma-charged Toasters, because it's Lewis who's in rage right now, she's not getting that rush. He's actually generated rush in the time that it's taken her to go from full to critical, and he's got an advantage. He sees an easy read, but she had the height advantage.
Good, and they're both going into the final round as well, rushless. And Lewis gonna swap to Toaster Slapamander, which I gotta say is really good. That's actually what I like to run on my Springman. And then Alumux going double nades, which I don't know if that's the better, because Tri-Blast really put in work, especially to make sure like the limits are moving.
A lot of it though was really lent itself to it being easier for her to get this chase going, where now it's a much more defensive game. There's that giant center platform, neither side can really get some space momentum. Alumux is going to have a much easier time to buff up, and just being armored and bombarding your opponent with nades. She managed to survive long enough to get that center platform going, and this is her chance. This is her opportunity to be able to utilize this stage in her advantage. But Lewis is playing this smart, he's playing this safe, and he's utilizing the Slapamander well enough to just surprise her several times.
Slapamander is also even just messing up Lewis, just because it doesn't even have to hit. Because Slapamander is a curve arm, it is very likely that it was the charge nades. And Lewis gonna get the rush, which is gonna finish up round 2.
Actually made a really good call out there too, where he kind of just encouraged Alumux to throw out the rush, because he was like, I'm just gonna go onto the trampoline here, and she's like, oh, you can't shield, I'm gonna rush you to balance things out. And he's like, alright, now you don't have rush, I'm gonna go on the trampoline again, and now you can't punish me.
Yeah, really good play from both Alumux and Lewis, but unfortunately Alumux just not able to win that final round in round 2.
Indeed. Alright, let's get things rolling. Yeah, really exciting match. She definitely had a really good chance to turn things around, but unfortunately just
couldn't do it.
Lewis just was a step or two ahead of her and managed to keep things going in his favor.
Yeah, I will say maybe if there were a different stage pick, then it could have just gone another way because I will say Alimox did play better, but she wasn't, and she was able to get more buff ups than on DNA Lab. So I think if there was a map that could benefit Brass, then she definitely could have taken game one for sure.
Indeed. Yeah, I think Sparring Ring was just a really dicey pick for her there. Just, like, once the trampoline opened up, it did work out a little bit better for her, but she lost so much ground on the first round and just barely made it back in the second one.
Yeah. And we have Adam Brain versus False King. This is going to be a really good match to watch for sure.
Both players going in with the Twin Tails. Both of them really solid Twin Tails too. This is going to be fun to see how they respond to each other. And manage what a lot of people generally consider to be a very, very frustrating matchup. That's the way to start things!
It's going to be interesting that we're going to see Sparky instead of Boomerang, I think False King has Popper.
He generally this is his main loadout. My surprise was because we saw when he faced off against Jelly Pop that he didn't go Chilla Sparky, because that's what that's all I've ever seen him use in every single matchup. And to see something that's convinced him to try a different loadout was a very, very surprising thing.
Well, one thing I will say though, especially as a Helix main myself, so when you're going up against someone who is using glove arms, like Sparky, Chilla, Toaster, except maybe Roaster and Nades, as Helix, they're very easy to dodge in tower mode. So that could have been his reasoning too.
He's probably figured it out the hard way after a lot of playing.
Like when I play Helix and I'll face even a Springman with double toasters, I know I'm just gonna have a great time because he can deflect all he wants, but if I can dodge his punches, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see that they're pretty even now. Both
gonna try to bait it out. Nice bait coming in from Adam Brain. Definitely, False King does manage to have some decent openings here, but it's definitely showing that Adam just really knows this matchup so much more. He's forcing False King into these really dicey positions, and he's getting some excellent punish plays. We are going to finally see False King have a chance to kind of come in for some counterplay. That Rush now out of the field, out of contention, just needs to be able to get a train starting himself.
False King had some momentum. Adam Brain slowed him down a little bit. Now we're going to see the Sparky and Chiller comes out. I'm kind of glad actually to see Sparky, just because Sparky isn't an arm that is generally considered to be very good, or they're just better substitutes for it.
I still believe that.
Oh, 100%. I definitely think Sparky is underrated for what it is, but I do think, like, in terms of it, Chilla is definitely better, Toaster's better, and False King able to get that Sparky and the grab at the end, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough, and Adam Brain is going to take game one.
Setting up with some really good tempo advantage right here.
That's a wrap.
I will say, Adam Brain, False King, though he did lose, it was very good. At that point, It was really just that Coolerang that was catching him. And then at that point, Adam Braden just has to do ice chains.
A lot of it too is just like, yeah, he was getting caught a lot by that Coolerang. Just constantly getting ice chained down. So it looks like we're just having a little bit of a technical difficulty with the two going on, so we're just going to do a quick reset for them both. Hopefully things will be a little more stable for them when they come back.
Yeah, I saw that with a little bit of lag.
Looks like Mechanica can't fix this. She's busy. I don't know what she's doing, but she's busy. Maybe she's in the bracket somewhere. Can I put like the little friend inside of the Pokeball? Will you fit? No, you're too big. I mean, if you're not like standing, then yeah, they fit in the Pokeball. But otherwise, no.
Adam Brain is back. Now we are just waiting on False King, and then they have not done bans, or if they're just going to do a bracket reset.
We are just determining that, waiting for the final word from False King on how they feel about it. They said they're pretty cool with things, just keeping things going, but I thought I'd just double check with them. I like this Pokemon. I'm very happy that I bought them. So cute! Little leafy arms.
Are you excited for the Crown Tundra DLC?
Oh, I don't have that game.
Oh, you haven't? Oh.
No, I didn't have the money when it came out, and I've just kind of been distracted and busy with other things. I would like to get it at some point.
Alright, we are going to do a bracket reset.
Yes, we're at the bracket reset right now. Congratulations to Adam and False King for making it to Grand, and then whoever was on the lower side for clearing the set, for clearing the first match, resulting in that bracket reset. I'm not... Actually, we're getting close to that time. Do you think you'd be fine sticking around to finish this one, or would you rather dip out now? Because I can get the other commentator in here.
I can probably stick this final match out.
Okay. Because we're just waiting on False King to return, but otherwise we should be set to keep going.
Alright, False King is here.
And we'll be diving right back in to sparring ring. These two will be duking it out to see who can reclaim that point. It's unfortunate when the connections just don't respond well.
It is, but
these two people are cool.
At least there are rules like just resetting the bracket, just to kind of balance that out.
It also helps. These two definitely like really respectful and patient people. They're just like the best players to have in a competitive scene. Be the top players are like chill people like Adam and False King, where it's just like they see an issue happen. They're like, all right, let's do a quick reset. hey, do you want to reset the score? No, I'm fine. You sure? It'd be a pretty... You're losing a lot of ground by giving up that. And it's like, alright, sure, I'll take it. They're like, alright, let's play this game again. Just playing the game. We enjoy this game. It's a cool one.
Yeah, for sure. It's not like, especially I don't like the people who are like so tryhard and don't like bracket reset, especially like even in a tournament like this, like there's no cash prize. At the end of the day, it's a tournament just for
I mean,
fun.
there might be 3 months down the road when the season comes to an end. And
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but obviously, right now there's no cash prize, so.
Indeed. Falsekin had a really nice opening in this round, but it looks like Adams managed to turn things around. He's got another freeze. He's looking to try to get the kill. Nice movement from Falsekin. Will keep him alive and kicking though, and with 10 seconds on the clock, it's Adams' favor right now, but Falsekin is trying to set something up. If he gets a good grab, oh, but a nice read on the grab will take him down. Does mean he's got rush advantage though.
It does, but as we saw with Jelly or Alimox, and I totally blanking whoever Alimox face, that doesn't necessarily mean a surefire win, even if you get that damage off right off the way.
Nice rush response here. Falsekin definitely seen a nice opportunity. Did secure some good damage there as well, getting, what was that, 285 damage.
Yeah, not too bad for a rush.
And we are back to that rush generation game. Adam with another read on that short hop will get solid 160 damage. Balances things out. It's going to be the first one with rush ready, but Falsekin is really not far behind. And especially with Adam waiting things out, False might actually be the first one ready to pull the trigger. No, it's going to be Adam, but nice counter plays for False will allow him to get this chance. He's got the opportunity to cement this lead. He's just looking for some safe plays, some safe setups. Nice plays from Adam will allow him to safely block that away. These two continuing just to hold each other neck to neck, neither really holding that confident of a lead.
It's really just back and forth at this point. Like they've basically gone like almost like 20 seconds just without it landing a punch, just hit and just miss, hitting the shield, and then
Adam didn't go for the rush there. He missed out on so much damage. That could have been the defining moment, but he just took a little too slow. And now Falsekin looking to time him out. There is nothing that Adam can really do here. Falsekin, determined to get this point too, is going to throw out his rush. Gets the trade, and Adam actually giving up his rush in exchange. These two will be continuing to stick it out right side by side.
We'll be setting even for the deciding round. Which are very even too, which is really nice and fun to watch as well.
Once you get a Twintel players that like understand each other or understand the matchup properly, like I know.
Yeah.
I personally really enjoy watching Twintel players duke it out with each other. There's so much going on. You can see every single wrinkle of their brain just going on constantly, just brains expanding at exponential rates as they figure out what they need to do to try to bait their opponent out of Actress Aura and set up a good punish.
Yeah, as you can see, they're literally like trading Chillas and then dodging the cool ranks and Sparkies. Like it's insane how good these players are.
Lots of really good minute footwork and setting up as well. Again, another solid bait. Both of the players just like, they don't want to get ice chained, so they get the one time they get frozen, they're like, alright, I'm popping rush here just to like prevent the chain from happening.
Yeah. Ice chains, especially if they get a good ice chain going, that can just determine the match.
Oh, but this time Adam's gonna try something saucy and he's gonna get punished for it. Falsekin now setting up with advantage. He just has to time out. He just has to play patiently. There's nothing that Adam can do at this point.
And at that point, False King isn't just gonna time him out. He's just gonna.
False King coming out like a real champ, a real king right there. Really solid plays and just excellent responses to Adam Brain. Managing to secure the first point in the match.
We're actually gonna go back to sparring again.
I mean, where better place to go?
Duke it out in the ring where you should.
Indeed.
This is really fun to watch for sure. They're really good. Adam Brain looks like he's gonna go with Popper instead of Coolerang. I might just be looking for a quicker option for some pokes.
Yeah, I think False King was just starting to figure things out a little bit too much against that Coolerang.
He wasn't able to get the movement predictions and stop False King's movement
nearly as well as he was hoping. That said, Popper can be just as good in a slightly different way. It can struggle a little bit more against gloves unless you're just really on point with your movement, and we are seeing that Adam is definitely really on point with his movement as he is getting some really surprising pokes and punishes.
False King is having a very hard time dealing just with how quick that Popper is too, let alone that accuracy where it's hitting him basically just right in the middle. Having a very hard time moving around it. Although False King actually now has a little bit more pressure, but it's not going to be enough. Adam Brain is going to take game one.
Hey, out comes this rush. Adam Brain again, nice opening, great response. That's gonna give him a little bit of tempo, but again, now False King is in a position where he can try to utilize this rush pressure. Adam Brain has to respect it because it can be so easily turned against him. Nice block though, will be the man.
Popper is really putting pressure up against False King. Although I don't know, Adam Brain seems to be trying to close in on him, which is probably a strategy, but I wouldn't say to the extent that he was just before, just because at that point the Popper can get pushed through. False King below 25% health. A rush from Adam Brain, who actually almost has his will be enough to KO.
He's just looking for any kind of poke. Nice bait, but unfortunately he dashes to the side, takes 255.
And False King is going to shield, although I think Adam Brain is looking for the timeout here.
Yeah, he just has to time him out here. Popper will do the job. Score brought to 1 apiece. Whoever takes this will be advancing in the bracket.
I'm curious if they're going to pick Sparring Ring again. They started in Sparring Ring, so I wonder if they're just going to end in Sparring. For the final round, we are going to DNA.
Ah, yeah, DNA is a good stage. I feel like this stage really does work for Adam, but I know False King likes this stage a little bit more, so maybe he'll have a bit of an advantage because of that favoring.
Yeah. This is probably a stage too that if Adam Brain really wanted to, he could swap back to Boomerang. And it could probably still be just as effective, because though you can use the pillars for blocking, they still do block your vision at the end of the day.
That said, Popper is still Popper, and Popper does some serious work, especially when it comes to knocking your opponent across the field.
Yeah, Popper's a light arm that does 120 damage when charged. Like, that's really good.
Yeah.
And now they're just playing around this filler here. Adam Brain going for a nice rusher, getting 190, solid 190 off.
Yeah, no, this one's looking a lot more in Adam's favor as well. Just, especially when you're so used to dealing with medium weight arms, you're not really thinking about light arms. They're so good at just like sneaking by. They're so good at just like surprising
Up
you.
in your face.
Like, you look at those and you're like, oh, I just punch it down, easy peasy. But if you're not placing your punches well, you're not punching them down easy peasy. They're slipping aside and they're smacking you in the face.
And Adam Brain is going to time out False King again, and we're going to go to round 2 with both of them having their rushes. So it's going to be interesting if one of them's going to just pop the rush right away, just to set the tone of the match.
Out comes this rush. And unfortunately for False King, he does get some chip damage, but this is still looking to be in Adam Brain's lead. He has this control. He's just dodging around everything False King's throwing out. When False King doesn't go for the double punch, Popper's there to punish him. When he goes for the double punch, Adam's ready to respond and stay out of the way.
Oh, what a good... Oh.
And the fortunate with compliments of the Popper and its weird ways that it behaves.
Ooh. False King has a lot of pressure, but he wasn't able to land a punch. Adam Brain reads that rush too. Very well done.
Another freeze. False King trying to get the chain going, but Adam gonna read him out there. 16 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be a box with the Popper. Allows the False King to safely block. He still has a chance. He needs to get that Sparky and follow up with the rush immediately. That's it though.
Adam Brain is going to see that rush coming. He's going to pull off a really good block. Really great games from all players so far.
I forgot the normal release.
I have to head out now.
Yeah.
So I'll see you and have a good night.
Thank you very much. You take care of yourself, love.
Yep.
Yo.
Oh, you're already ready. Wow. That is handy dandy for me.
Yeah. Alright, we're just in time for, what round are we on? Finals?
We're gonna let the winner final players take a quick little breather. We'll come check out Lewis and Adam Brain in just a moment. First up, though, we're gonna hit Alamox versus Jelly Pop.
Ooh, Alamox versus Jelly Pop, huh? Got the brass and the Weebly boy.
The Weebly boy.
Oh, hey, Flash. I just saw the chat. Yeah, I'm loading up everything. What's up?
So you're sub now, which means you get to add us onto the stream playlist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know that's the thing that has some of the music before I go live.
Oh.
There's a lot of songs on there that I've added, but the majority of them are from subscribers from this channel, gifted or on their own.
All right. Well, give me some time to think about it, and a song that won't get you a copyright strike, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So we're gonna wait for Jelly, and we're gonna wait for Alamox. What? I haven't tuned into the stream the whole time, but what stages have you seen the most today?
I've seen a couple of DNA Lab. Actually, I think we've seen a pretty healthy balance of a lot of things. We've seen Via, we've seen Mausoleum, we've seen a couple of DNA Labs, a couple of sparring rings.
Any scrapyards?
No.
Oh, come on! This is Eternity. It's in the name.
I mean,
Scrapstar.
I mean, yes, but also a lot of people. Defensive stages get. It's like any other fighting game. Defensive stages get a bad rap. People get salty over those. Plain lame, bro. You need to stop. You have to get closer to me. I don't care that you're winning. You can't like just not attack me.
You can't just ascend to a higher level. Literally.
Let me slam the counter button. Stop just staring at me and watching me make bad plays. You gotta punch my counters.
Man. But yeah, I mean, I know Scrapyard gets a lot of bad rep, and I understand why it's banned a lot. But I mean, like, you just gotta, you know, the trick to Scrapyard, personally, is to just close in and just pretend the pillars don't exist. Probably the worst advice coming from Mechanica Main, but it's something.
The alternative is you just land a grab and have your grab throw both of the opponent through both of the pillars. Problem solved. No pillars. You did 10 damage.
10 damage. Flesh, are you unranked? We need to talk about this. Anyways, how are they doing on setting up?
We're just waiting on Alamox to reply and get things going. She's gonna be the first ban. But until then, we've got fun things like gender shifting to do, you know.
As I see in chat.
Yes.
How many does this bot carry?
How many genders?
How many? What's up, Arrow?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't. I'm not gonna count it.
Must be a fun time.
There's a lot of them though. Probably like at least 50 if I'm gonna take a wild guess number.
And there's like quotes in there, right? From like different streams.
There's some quotes from you. Yes, I think.
Oh, there they are. All right, cool, great. There they are. Okay.
Oh, right.
We're going mods.
Name set up.
Okay. So we got Jelly Pop versus Alamox. Once again, we got the big brass wide character, and then you got the Jelly. You got the Jelly Gumdrop. So they're playing on Moz. How will this affect each of their characters?
I mean, this can be a really good stage for Brass to just pin down a Helix and get some pressure rolling. Doesn't necessarily need that buff up, though it does make a big difference. But this is also a case where it's like, I'd probably say this is one of those swing stages for both of the players. Like, whoever gets the advantage here is going to have a very, very nice time.
Yep. I know Jelly personally, he doesn't like going against Brass too much, so he might have a difficult time, unless if he can get that middle part to spring open.
That said, this is an easy place for Brass. If Jelly isn't pressuring well enough, if he's not making the right calls. Yeah, that was a nice
the
rush.
rescan, that would have been scary.
if Jelly isn't making the right calls, it's going to be really easy for Alamox to buff up and just sit back and wait for her chance to go in. Nice poke though.
Yep.
He is starting to get a little bit of damage, but anything can kill him at this point, and you can see Alamox is just fishing for that kill.
There's still some time. Jelly can make a difference, but popping off Rush. Oh, never mind. Forget what I said. There it is.
Popper does that. If he doesn't have something to punch down the Popper when it's coming smack dab in his face, he's got no options in the air like that.
Yep. Looks like Jelly Pop's just trying to shut down the buff up, but to no avail. Now they're both ready with the Rush. I think Jelly's just trying to get around with the Slappy. Ooh!
Yeah, he's going in. He's gonna try to take advantage of, it looks like, of that big brass body. Makes him a really easy target for the Slapamanders. But there's still things that Alamox can do to dodge out of the way to box and contend it, and we're seeing some of that as she's holding on to a pretty good lead right now.
She's not popping off Rush. She could have confirmed, but looks like she has something up in... Oh, no! Wait! Oh!
There it is!
Oh! Wow. Jelly's being bullied into the non-existent corner. Let's see.
I mean, when you're up against a brass, if there's a wall, it's a corner. It doesn't matter how much space
there's
there
a trampoline. There's a trampoline. Maybe Jelly can use this to his advantage. He just has to space it out correctly and make the right plays, but it's gonna be risky.
It's going to be really risky because Alamox isn't going to be approaching. She's got a 50% health lead, and Jelly Pop only has 20 seconds left to really turn things around. So you can see she's just generating Rush.
He's dancing, and it's ready.
I think at this point, this round's already determined. Jelly's just like...
Looks like it's for a timeout. Oh wait, oh yeah, that's it. That's too late already. 3 seconds to go. Jelly Pop will just hop off. Oh, but he was denied a hop.
No more bouncing. Brass is just gonna peck you right. Peck you in the pecs, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Peck
we'll go with
you in
that.
the pecs. All right, we'll go off to game 2. Let's see what they pick for their bands.
Jelly says, hey, Garbanzo.
Jelly can only say Garbanzo. He changed his nickname to Garbanzo in Arm Central, and I'm just like, no, you're restricted a one-word vocabulary from this point on. Oh. Because you keep saying Garbanzo.
I mean, it's a really fun word.
Okay, it is.
Flesh, I'm just gonna let you know, Gabby's really young. Chances are she's not being rude. She's probably... It's probably just like, she's excited. I know, at least from my own experience, I've been known to do things that might look like taunting in certain... Like, I do taunting, yes. Like, especially against, like, Astro, when I get, like, something good, I'm like, ha! Suck it, nerd!
If you hit against Astro, yeah, you deserve a taunt. Because he taunts.
Yeah. But then, like... But if it's like... There's a lot of cases, or there's some cases every now and then, especially in single-player games, where I'm moving around a lot, and they're like, oh, you're taunting the AI. I'm like, no, I'm excited. Like, when Madeline does the little bounce, it's just like... I mean, technically, I guess you could call it a teabag, like in any other single-player game, or other games where the character's going down, up and down like that, they call them teabags. But she's doing a little bounce, like, it's so cute, and it's like, that's my energy right there, just like going up and down, being like, hey.
Yeah, imagine if Arms had crouching. That's all we need. Anyways,
Arms does. Helix is the only character that's allowed to use it, though.
Helix, you can teabag. Alright, speaking of Helix, getting cornered, starting off at the back wall, not the best spawn for this stage. Ooh, that's just being the oppression.
He was definitely hoping on getting the other side to start with, because it would have gave him that hot pocket to kind of work with. It would have had Alamox back up against the wall instead, but now she's the one with all the space, she's the one with all the range.
Yep. Ooh. Are we gonna see confirm? Okay, grab confirm. Not too bad.
She's just looking to get safe damage. She definitely, it definitely looks like she's coming into this with a lot of confidence. Not really too concerned about what's going on here. And just looking to get the KO, a clean block, and an easy punish
just completely
too.
denied. Just completely denied with oppression. Now they swap sides, so Joey probably has a chance to get some comebacks, but has to be careful with because he has no rush. Opting for double toaster. All right, so let's see where this goes from here.
This might give him the chance he needs. He's gonna give him a bit easier time to box these out. He did try it before to no avail, I believe.
Ooh, but the corner led to the grab, and it's just a full mood of oppression coming from Brass here. Oh, and there's the confirm. Okay.
That is clean.
That's hot, and that was a perfect. Ooh, ouchies. Ouchie, ouch. That was a clean 2-0. Well done by both players. So that was like, what kind of chain was that? So it was a popper. It was wind into chakram into rush, right?
Yeah, that would be the full combo that Alamox would be capable of doing here.
Jeez. That's what she was going for. I was like, why don't you just confirm wind into rush? It's like, oh, she's going for the 1-2 and then the rush. That's brutal. Alright, who are we moving on to next?
Let's go head over to the winter finals. We can do a little bit of pacing to try to give a little more room to roll with. So now we are going to hit up
Adam Brain and Lewis. This should be interesting. Adam Brain only plays Twintel, right?
Adam? He has played Misango. I'm trying to decide, do we want to do the False King versus Alamox, or should we let that one go?
Well, it depends on their time if they want to just go at it right away.
I mean, yeah, I've got all the time in the world. I've got a full 2 weeks. This can take 2 weeks, and I wouldn't have a problem with that.
The longest set on history. Let's see.
There, we'll play the reverse card, and I'll ask him if he wants to be streamed. Big brain plays right here.
Nice. It's like, hey, let's stream you. Wait, but
It's like, I'm like, I kind of want to stream him. And he's like, do you want me to be streamed? I'm like, do you want to be streamed? Yes and no. Dang it. Dang it.
Dang. Now I have to make the choice.
I'm gonna ask chat.
I was gonna say run a poll, but I mean,
that's what it is. I'm gonna run a poll.
it is what it is.
Should we stream False King v Alamox? Yes, yes. Nah. There we go. Poll is started.
Alright, I'm gonna vote. So 2 yeses or nah?
Yes, yes, or nah. A big meaty nah.
We just saw Alamox.
But we
Ooh.
get to see her again, like, we might see her in comeback finals anyways.
It might.
If we don't do that one, then we don't get to either see False King or Alamox again. If we do it,
Yeah.
we get to see them both again. But that means they have
That
to
is
wait.
true.
But she needs a few minutes anyways. So they're waiting a little while anyways.
So the question is, do you want to see False King again? No, I'm just kidding, no. Okay, it's all tied, so that's not helping anything.
But she does need a few minutes, so there's a very real possibility that she'll just come back when we're done this, and then it's like, well, I guess we're doing it.
I'll vote yes, if that's the case. Boltspan says Misango, Mango, Manga, Mongo,
Oh, I need to set up
Mongo,
names.
Mango, Meso. Oh, we're going temple today. I didn't even realize.
We indeed are going Temple Grounds. Lewis is going to be going in with the Spring Man. Adam Brain going in with the double Chilla loadout. We've got a classic loadout here. You could only get more classic if we were on like one of the free DLC stages or update stages. And that Tri-Blast was switched over to Toaster, and we'd have the defaultiest of defaults.
The defaultiest of defaults. But hey, I'll take a glove. And Adam Brain's already ready to rush. I'm amazed by how players are able to just charge rush so fast just by boxing. It's just, I'm still bewildered by it.
Yeah, like neither of them really did any damage yet. Both have quickly generated a rush. That's gonna be our first like serious hit. Adam gonna get confirmed though. Woo! 310 damage.
Yes. So it's very important to always end your rush if you have a exploding arm with the exploding arm, because you gotta make sure you end that with the extra 50 damage, which proved well here for Lewis. Bit of a health deficit for Adam Brain to catch up, but almost ready with rush. So we'll see how that plays out in 19 seconds.
I mean, that's an important thing to keep in mind when you've got any kind of two flurry arms. If they're not the exact same arm, you probably want to go into testing and just be like, okay, so how much does the Chilla do compared to how much does the Sparky do for rush? Which one should I be throwing out at the end? Which one should I be losing out on my rush for because of the quad? Oh, that is
using rush.
That is unfortunate.
Ouchie, ouch. Lewis a bit behind with Adam with his rush almost ready. Ooh, with
Good confirm though, getting some good damage.
Getting some damage. Adam trying to make up the deficit. Ooh, trading blows. Lewis almost ready with rush, not quite yet though. Still in disadvantage. Oh, there it is. Both players ready with rush. Depends on who's gonna pop it off. Are we gonna get a deficit makeup, or are we gonna get the kill from Lewis? We're gonna find out soon, depending on who pops off first.
I know
First
Lewis
pillar.
probably doesn't want to use that rush right now because Adam's probably not throwing out his either, and yeah, that's a good read on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That also means that Adam is actually not too far away from getting the KO, which might surprise Lewis.
Early.
He's got the health lead now.
He's got to survive the ooh. Oh, this is exactly what I mentioned earlier. That one rush would end Adam Brain.
Yeah.
But now they're
managed to make a nice comeback, but Lewis was holding on to that rush either for an advantage in the next round or just in case that happened, and yeah.
Yep. Looks like two pillars are already down. Just that one part of the stage that's defensive with the other two pillars.
They really like that corner. Like, they're not even touching. The other side has been completely unharmed, and these two pillars went down in like the first 30 seconds.
There's only half a stage. To them, they only see this part of the
Yeah,
stage.
there's 50% of the stage doesn't even exist.
Oh, yeah, like Adam Brain's just advancing. It's like after this, we're gonna move forward.
Just trade spaces. Yeah, no, like we don't need half the stage. It doesn't matter. The rest of the stage sucks.
Do you want to go offensive or do you want to go defensive?
Oh, we are using it.
Oh,
the stage is being used.
Go back to your corner. I didn't tell you to stay out of the stay. Get back in there.
Adam's just like, no, bro, I'm staying out. But we are getting that pressure. If Adam gets this rush ready, that can be the KO. Actually, anything can be a KO at this point.
Oh, there it is!
And soaring over that Tri-Blast like a majestic eagle, Adam Brain's gonna be able to secure the first point in this best of 5 bout.
Masterpiece.
3 rounds to go for Lewis. 2 rounds for Adam. Let's see where they go next. Let's see where they go next that is not Scrapyard. Please.
Salt intensifies.
No, but okay, so with Adam taking, with Lewis taking the loss, what would be a good counter pick for him to use? Oh, okay, corners. We're going to box world. Okay.
This is one of those. I'd say this is probably technically Adam Brain. Is that a whammer? Does Adam joining the cool whammer club right here?
Was that always there?
Adam, if I see you win a round, or if I see you play a round this late into the tournament with Whammer, you're joining the cool Whammer club, just saying. Back to what I was saying, though. I can see, overall, it's a pretty even matchup. If Sprainman has the advantage, his deflect's going to be stronger than Actrosora. If Adam Brain has the advantage, Actrosora is going to be better than Deflect. Overall, I'd say Actrosora is slightly better than Deflect, which lends Adam to more often having the advantage, but otherwise, like, this is a great place just to be like, there's nothing to change. This is just you and me, and nothing in the way. If either gets in the corner, it's a bad time for the other. It's just...
the big dependency is the corner. And there it is. Adam brings back into the corner, and has to deal with that oppressive deflect. Oh, but gets out. Does a counter rush. Well played. Now they're both sort of even, but Lewis has a 25% ability ready to go. And ooh, he's just gonna throw out Bird and just gonna keep going at it.
I do forget about this a lot in this matchup where Sprainman, he's got that Enrage ability as well. That permacharge makes his attacks a lot safer and just easier to get checked. The attacks when they hit just are so much more impactful, where Adam's having to constantly fish for charge, fish for setup. 10 seconds left on the clock. I think this chip damage has been enough for Lewis to be able to get that lead. Excellent call for the deflect. He is going to be able to stay alive, but no!
Ooh. Just snag the HP lead.
What is with these two players? Please, somebody clip. There's a couple of moments that need to be clipped. If you see a cool moment, please clip it. Like, that's a good moment. Please clip that, somebody.
Yep. Okay, back to the match. Their rush meters are even, and their health meters are pretty even too. Please stop punching each other back and forth. Just somebody dominate. And there it is. There's the freeze. Going into the grab, into the corner, in a disadvantageous state. But
got another freeze. He's gonna try to bait out the rush. Excellently done.
Adam Brain ready with the rush. Ooh, but it's looking for an opportunity to pop it. Lewis still behind on health.
I think he's trying to hold out until Lewis takes like 1 or 2 more hits, just so he can like burn through that enrage. He's gonna go for it in that moment, just thinking he had that controlled opportunity. Unfortunately for him, Lewis is gonna be keeping this swinging going, and a rush is now in Lewis's favor. He might be able to secure the KO if he's looking for it.
Ooh, getting too close. It's dangerous range.
Just
ooh. Now it's an impressive Lewis. Rage mode, full rush, backing Adam into a corner. Very dangerous situation, but Adam survives it. 15 seconds on the clock.
Nice
Lewis
defensive plays. Oh, this is a chance to get some damage. He's got that lead. If Adam throws out chip damage, if he throws out that rush, the chip damage is enough. I don't think he notices that, though.
Oh, wait.
He's gonna wait too long.
The magic pixel difference.
He would have, if he just went for chip damage, he would have had that, but I think he took too long, realized, he probably saw that, he's like, this is tied, or I have the slight advantage. He stared at it a little bit, starting to be a little bit longer. He's like, wait, no, he's got the health lead. I need to rush. And he pressed rush just too late.
Lewis almost ready with his own rush. Both players sort of even on their health pools. But Adam is just trying to keep Lewis in the corner here. Just trying to be a little oppressive before that rush pops up. Oh, nice grab.
Knew that Lewis was not going to use the rush there. He's been baited one too many times, and he did not want to get baited again. And Adam's like, here's your friendly reminder why I'm baiting you. Because you'll
Adam's
just take
going fishing.
160 damage otherwise.
Yep. Adam's fish missed, and now Lewis has the lead in terms of a rush. See
and
how that plays
tempo
out.
now.
Ooh. Oh, wait. But Adam's trying to get it back. Trying to get out of that corner.
Nice trade. We'll give him a little bit more room. Oh, these attacks just like so close to impacting, but that Actrosaur has saved Adam so many times. Just like the deflect from Lewis has really made a difference in a lot of these exchanges.
Do or die for Lewis. 25 seconds to go.
Oh, he's getting called out here.
1 pixel left. Both players ready with rush. Gotta be real careful. Lewis is in a risky spot to pop it. Ah!
Adam knew what was going on. He planned this one out, and he's not gonna be the fool in this exchange. That round going to Adam as well. 2-0
Very well done.
advantage in his favor.
Very well done. One more round, and he's off to the races.
Lewis is just so close. He keeps getting like just barely out within range of it, and then something just. I think, like I said, I think a lot of it is just Twin Tail Actrosaur just works better than a Screenman Deflect.
Indeed. And not to mention that the actress ability, like, it slows down time. So that costs you like a lot of frames and the timer itself.
Wait,
so
I know why he had the whammer.
Oh wait. No.
Yeah, it's to counter the Helix. Let's go!
Here we go. That foreshadowing.
That was to cover the Helix. His loadout just... He knew. He's like, I'm gonna use Chill against Springman. The other two arms, they're in case I see Helix.
Lewis is activated.
Lewis is activated. Adam Brain is activated as well. It's just like...
It's like, oh yeah, it's all coming together. Both players ready with rush. Adam Brain at a health deficit. Oh, but takes and eats that grab, 150. Lewis with a generous lead, just messing around. Oh, but he gets hit by the popper. Trying to find a way in, trying to avoid that whammer as much as possible. A very impressive set coming from Adam against this kind of matchup.
Indeed.
Ooh,
Really good movement from Lewis is just keeping him in this fight, keeping him rolling through. And he's just looking for a good rush opportunity to close things out. We do have timer ticking down. He's not going to go for the timeout.
Nice
He'll
round
just go
play.
for the kill.
Nice. Alright. We might be seeing a comeback here, but it depends on this next round.
Oh!
The signature grab.
This might be that opening that you were just talking about. This is going to be a safe whip as well. Lewis almost getting a punish too.
Ooh, that whammer not doing too many favors. It's just not being outboxed as it should be. Ooh, Lewis is just moving so feebly. Oh man. And he's just charging his rush as he goes. It don't matter. He's just moving, charging rush, just proving dominance. Adam Brain trying to find a way in with that whammer, but to no avail.
Oh, but nice punish grab right there as well. Lewis is just on fire right now.
Literally,
is
two
just
toasters.
struggling to keep up. Yeah, he got toasters.
Yep. Woo! Both players ready with a rush. Lewis with a slight health lead, trying to just get the advantage before.
Oh,
Ooh.
the whammer finally does its job.
Alright, both players at even. Oh, but Lewis is going for Peebly grabs. He's not gonna pop.
He's like, I've got rush. You're scared. You threw out your whammer. There's nothing you can do here, boy. You're dead.
3:30 and the comeback begins. Lewis takes a point. He's not done yet.
That whammer might not be the answer Adam was looking for. But it could definitely still work out. It could always be one of those cases where it's just Adam needs a moment to warm up. Scrapyard band.
Scrapyard band.
But if that whammer, I say whammer is actually good against Helix, but it's definitely something like you really have to be on the nose when you're making it work. Are there better arms that work against Helix alongside the popper? Yes. Very much so. Whammer's still a good option, but like, I've learned now. You put all
You gotta
this.
learn how to read. You gotta really read it.
Yeah.
Or land it.
If you're going in with a popper, you go in with some hot slaps. You go in with the bub. Those things will ruin a Helix's day.
He's looks like Adam's still sticking with whammer. Same combos.
Oh, he's putting away the popper though. We're seeing
Sheila.
a much more defensive approach coming in here. It's going to be a lot easier for Lewis to dodge that Chilla, but it does mean that Adam can box out, and his rush is going to be a little bit steadier too, coming through all those punches.
Oh, they're going to this side of the stage now. Okay.
Yeah, this is the opposite side.
The opposite side. Now it's serious. Okay, Adam Brain ready with rush. He takes a grab in the process.
He was not prepared to throw out that rush. I don't think he even realized he had the rush available in that moment.
Yep. Wait. Wait.
Oh!
Ooh! Oh, but that last connecting hit did not make it. Still a good rush though.
I do not. I'm pretty
What
sure
is
like
happening?
Lewis was not prepared for that dodge to happen. Oh, he's gonna get his rush coming in through though. 270 damage. Just again, these players are just so close to each other on health. Neither really has a significant lead, especially with that one toaster connecting. At range, this is definitely Lewis's game. Adam needs to find his way in. He's trying to build that rush to get that opportunity. The Chilla will lend itself a chance.
Adam Brain just needs to land a clean hit. Needs to be careful about throwing out too much of a whammer because
Or just walking into those toasters.
Owie. Those columns, they reduce some visibility, admittedly, so you just don't see when the toaster comes from the shoulder.
I think he had a chance or two to throw out the rush beforehand, but he just did not see that timing. And we're even going to see the rush get whiffed here. Lewis will be just starting off with a really good advantage.
Let's see.
Oh, there's a nice 130 back.
Come on, let's get that whammies.
Whammer game rise up.
Adam has a strategy in his mind. He's just trying to find the good place to put it.
Indeed.
Not sure if that show is gonna be doing any favors, but definitely. Wait. Oh.
No. That whammer's gonna get punched down. He does have the rush advantage coming into this now, as it took so long for Lewis to see that moment. And I'm trying to keep this chase going. Lewis again, just remarkable movement, exceptional plays and setups, but
nice play. 260 damage. Well played. Both even. But Lewis has a bit of more of a health gen, so I mean rush gen, so we'll get to see how that goes from this point on. Ooh, but he's towering! Ooh, but gets countered by the whammer.
This is the range. This is a much better range for the whammer. That's not a good spot for the whammer, but look at that exquisite movement.
Adam is going for oppression. 3 columns are already down. 15 seconds to go. This is too close.
This is his lead. He just needs to play it safe. He needs to play it smart. And that whammer is going to be that smartness. The IQ of that
whammer! 1 round each. Adam ready with the rush. What's gonna happen? I'm not sure.
Match point right here. Whoever takes this isn't even grand finals. This is to make it to grand finals.
Is that a tri-blast? A tri-blast, I see.
Oh, nice call on the dodge. Lou's gonna be able to slip right by, completely unscathed.
Lewis is getting ready, just trying to get the momentum back in his favor, but gets hit by a whammer poke. Not too bad. Lewis is still controlling the pace here, so we're going to see how that plays out. Oh! With a 300.
I'm definitely starting to get the vibe that Adam has calibrated that whammer. He knows where it's... He's getting a lot better at aiming it as we're going forward.
Yep.
He knows how to use it already, and it's just... He's getting better the longer we're rolling in, and it's just getting easier for him to burn away at Lewis's health. There are no pillars to hide behind. There is no life to be had. Lewis is dead.
Lewis is dead. Lewis Washinda. Oh. And that is it. No rise. No rise this time. Lewis is denied by the Whammer Club. Well done to both players. Adam advances from this point on to the grand finals.
No bias. I mean, there was bias towards the Whammer specifically.
There was complete bias towards the Whammer.
Was there bias towards Adam? No, we were super hype about everything Lewis was doing. Were we biased were we popping off whenever the Whammer did anything? Yes, because we both play Mechanica.
Now, if you see a nade, I'm sorry, but there will be absolute bias towards the nade, regardless of player. Now, if there are 4 nades on screen, I'll probably have a heart attack.
I mean... Oh. Oh my. I mean,
anyway.
if we're talking about biases, though, like, if any player is like, I'm just gonna use Maleev's loadout and pick her color and skin, I'm like, why are you doing this? I love you.
Why do you have 3 nades in your loadout? Why? Why would you do this?
I see it too. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I could explain to you why. But it's like, at the same time, it's baffling because, like, this morning, Rifa went through the entire bracket and won, and he used, like, my loadouts. He used my Bub Slap Hopper loadout, and then he used Nade, Whammer, Funchuck loadout. Like, he played with those 2 specifically, and it's like... And he won the tournament. I'm like, oh, okay then. And you know, like, Pocoyan from Japan, right?
Uh-huh.
Poco's played my loadout on some tournaments, too. I've seen it. I'm like...
There must be something to it.
I wonder if it has to do with me. They're like, oh, Maleev is commentating and streaming. Wouldn't it be funny if she watched someone else play her loadout?
All anyone needs to do is just play in Nade, and I'm impressed. 50% plus immediately. Okay, where are they going? We got False King in here versus Alumox. We got the Brass versus the Twin Tail. Let's see how this plays out. Alumox has just been oppressive today with her matches as Brass. We'll see if this changes up. Where are we going?
Somewhere. Until then, though, we've got a moment to breathe, and hey.
Yes, please. I need some water, because I keep forgetting that hype matches drain... Yeah, drain my energy, because it's so hot.
We can take this moment to be like... Wait, did I do it right? Is there an underscore in your tag? On Twitch?
1 underscore at the end.
Okay, I did do it right, but Nightbot seems to be unconscious. So anyways, if you want to cancel Neru, you can just follow him at NeruSenpai _. It's the first one. There's no link provided, but like the name is right there.
Yeah, and you'll see Nade Chan in the bio, and yeah, can't miss it. I stream sometimes on the Twitch. And I don't know, I play ARMS, play lots of ARMS.
You stream some tournaments too.
I stream some tournaments too, yeah. I streamed yesterday for Champions of the Era Funny Number. And yeah, more to come.
How was that tournament, by the way?
Have you ever seen Bite and Bark versus Dr. Coyle?
I have. Pyro played it against Astro and...
Para is a madman for doing such heinous acts against a Dr. Coyle and winning. And I was done.
Yeah, that's Para. That's Para. Did you know I've beaten Para before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Man.
Definitely not bragging or anything, or reminding people about how, like, 90% of the time I'm streaming, but the 10% of the time when I'm playing, I'm kicking ass.
you see, there's streaming Maleeb, and then there's bracket. Take your pick.
And then there's Gamer Maleeb.
And then there's Gamer Maleeb. Also, Flesh Eater needs his name changed to. I think it's because we saw Flesh Eater's name on the chat.
Oh, I'll fix that. Congratulations, Flesh! You made it to the comeback semifinals.
Alright. Just waiting for Alamox. Get a breather. Ooh, I need a breather. I just drink water, but it feels like I need more.
Those are the worst times where it's like, you're just like desperate for replenishment of fluid. And it's like,
yeah.
You chug a thing and you're like, alright, I just chugged like a whole bottle of water. And then like 5 minutes later you're like, I'm so hot, I'm so thirsty again. What is happening? I need to drink like 3 coolers.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, alright, let's see. Okay, we're just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. False King's patiently waiting. It's very kind, very kind. Nice thumbs up. It's nice thumbs up there. So let's see. Oh.
That's a good one. That's a keeper. Quote generation is a lot slower after like the first chunk of time where it was like fresh and new. Now it's usually like people tend to forget about its existence a lot more. So you find a lot of like the best ones. Like people aren't fishing to get quoted. So when they say something ridiculous, that it's so much easier to be like, that's the one to quote. And it's like, it doesn't happen every day. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks, it might take a month. But then you get a new quote.
Alright, we're starting off our match here with False King versus Alumox at DNA Lab. So a lot of DNA today. Especially... Wait, hey. On the left is a Sparky, and on the right is a...
Oh, hey! Alamox going
in,
not with a nade or toaster, but actually a bub in this case too, in which case I've got to say, hey. That safe arm, that massive boxing potential that it possesses is such a powerful tool.
Ooh, getting some nice punchies there, trying to shut down that buff up, just trying to get in there, and it seems to be working to some avail. That nade explosion is definitely doing some checks on brass. Oh, there is the one thing. Anyways,
not the biggest fan of the Sparky. It's still a delightful tool and can make some really good catches against brass, especially if they're not prepared.
Yep.
Like you get a shock on them, and even if you don't get the grab confirm, it takes away their buff.
It takes away the buff. Definitely a good arm for. Whoa!
Ooh, this trade!
What is that trade? Oh! But False King loses the trade. Alamox in the oppressive lead, buffing up again, trying to get in. And just working around, just poking with the chakram. Just keep
nice grab here. Definitely recognizing False King's hesitation and securing a nice grab there. Taking out another pillar. We've only got 2 left on the field, and they've both already been... Oh, 3 left on the field. One corner's just been completely untouched. The rest, pretty much decimated.
Looks like they're sticking with their loadouts. Both even with rush charging. Gotta see where they go from here. Alamox ready with the buff up already. Ooh! Combos the 1-2 with the stun and the bob. Falcon getting in with that nice nade. Hashtag no bias. But anyways, Alamox ready with the buff up again with the rush, trying to just keep an oppressive.
Oh, that's actually going to be a little beneficial. Gets her right up in his grill. She didn't have the
Yep.
buff up, but it does just kind of help her keep this chase going. And you can see False King was immediately like, oh, this is awkward. I don't like this.
False King's keeping a decent defense, but just not good enough to try to get a punch in.
Here's a good chance,
oh,
though.
Nice confirm.
Does get the 325,
Nice
but
nade.
that also is just setting Alumox at that perfect point where she's going to get enraged. If
Yep,
he does
but not
any
quite
more
there
damage.
yet.
There's a
Uh-oh.
grab chance, but
Oh!
the stun from that nade explosion will prevent
Uh-oh.
him from being able
False
to
King's in
follow
danger.
up.
False King is in a dangerous position. Gotta be careful not to get hit by literally anything. And that
Oh, he
will
needed
do
to
it.
throw out the Sparky, not the nade!
Oh.
Narrow, you doomed him!
What are you talking about? He got close. He got close. Right?
I mean, if
No.
if he threw out the Sparky in that one final trade instead of the nade, Alumox could
Yeah.
have ate it.
Yeah. Throwing a nade against armored grass in that state where it's 25%, not the best idea.
No.
So, yeah,
That said,
definitely gonna have
she set up the situation pretty well and managed to
Yeah.
handle it exquisitely. Just nice chase, nice pressure, and just capitalized on every chance she had. Definitely a well-earned first point. And we're going to be
We're
diving
going
right
back to
back in.
DNA.
Reminder, this is best of 3. We just had a really exciting best of 5, but we've still got this best of 3 before we see the rest of them 5ers.
Yep. And here we go. We're going back. Same loadout, same situation. Let's see if there can be a difference in how they play.
I feel like False was starting to warm up to what he's really looking for in the matchup going in
Yeah.
from that last round, but it looks like he's still making some of those same mistakes where that nade is really good against Brass when he isn't buffed up. But as soon as he's buffed up, False King needs to be fishing more with that Sparky, but he's still fishing with the nade, and it's giving Alamox the ability where she's just like, she's
Yeah.
just eating these nade hits, and she's just grinning ear to ear as she closes in, gets more free hits.
False King throwing out the wrong arm. Perhaps if he opts for a swap of his two arms in the next match, maybe we'll see a little difference in playstyle. But unfortunately, the nade isn't being as impressive as it would be on normal characters because of this buff up. So Alamox is just taking a healthy lead, taking her time, and just throwing at it. Alamox is like, you can do whatever. I'll still win. So yeah. That's what it's looking to be right now.
There you go, people. There you go, Aperture Raiders. Enjoy.
Alright, both ready with Rush.
Nightbot, you did this
Uh-oh.
like 5 minutes ago.
Normally I would be for double nade in most cases, but in this case, not so sure. It's good keeping Brass in check when he's not buffed up, but the moment he grabs you, gets a 170, buffs up, things will be dangerous for you. So best be careful. This is a risky loadout, but it seems to be doing some rewards. Hey.
He's managed to get some good damage. That said, she's been doing a really solid job of giving herself the time she needs to buff up, and she is going to capitalize on the fact that now she's got that tempo. He doesn't have Rush. Like, what's he going to do? Die?
Yep.
Ooh, excellent catch here.
Okay, 2 columns remaining. Oh, wait, hey! She wasn't buffed up. Hey!
Oh, this is working out pretty well.
What's going
Alamox
on?
is getting pummeled
What's
down by
going on?
these nades.
What's going on? Whoa! What was that?
That was impeccable.
Remember when I said nade, double nade, best arm combination. False King ready with the rush lead, ready to oppress, ready to roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
The spirits of Nade Kanika rest within False King as he leads with the double nade. Alamox trying to get in with the health deficit, trying to get a rush charge ready to go with both players having rush, trying to just find an in, not being allowed because of the nades. Oh, but goes in with a 290, buffs up. Now False King has to play it safe, but unfortunately gets grabbed in. Has to be careful with these next movements.
Nice
Ooh.
call out here for Alumux. She gets that safe block. Almost reaches with that grab, but False King just
gets hit by the
sneakily
knee.
stepping by.
False King needs to take the next steps very carefully because if played wrong, Alamox can go into 25% mode, get some. Oh!
Oh!
And that's it.
And
So
False
close.
King is dead.
False King is dead.
Friends and loves, False King has, to quote an undead skeleton, False King has been dunked on in this specific case. As Alumux,
And goes out with a bang.
really good games, really good plays.
I salute you. I salute you for your double nade. Very nice play, well done.
He held up well,
puts
but
Alamos down.
yeah, Alumux is going to stand above.
Indeed. This puts us at, let's see, where are we at now?
We are now Alumux versus Lewis. We had a matchup not too long ago of Alumux versus Jelly. We're gonna have another one with Alumux coming in, trying to get some vengeance against Lewis now.
Alamox coming in hot. Trying to get that run back from earlier in winners. And this is best of 5, so we
She's got the time. She's got this place she needs.
Got the time. She's just sitting there, waiting. Ready to go.
But that also means that this could be very easily Lewis's to take as well. We saw how confident those previous bouts between these two were.
Yep. So we'll have to see how they counter each other with their arms and go from there. Where shall we go first? Bolt spans. I see your puns. Well done. Well done. I'm not gonna read them though, but I'm just saying well done.
These puns have me rattled.
Looks like Alamox has a bone to pick with Lewis.
Haha. Haha.
Ha! I'm slapping my knees. Let's see where they are going. I wonder what Lewis is gonna pull out first, the Springo or the Helix? What do you think, Malik?
He's probably going to be sticking with the Sprayman. Worked out really well against the Brass, and there's no real reason for him to change things up.
True, that's also true. So yeah, so I guess it's up to Alamox and how she wants to do it, make her comeback.
Hopefully
By the way,
this time has given her the opportunity to really warm up and figure out what she's specifically looking for and how to kind of play around Luce's Springman. Because yeah, she was not prepared for it. She was fully intending on facing off against that Helix before, and he very quickly surprised her there. This time though, we've got a nice hearty best of 5, which means at the very least she's got 3 sets to be able to figure this out.
Yep. One of these players are moving on to grand finals. Both formidable, both very, very cunning in their strategies. Well, I'd say Lunas is more cunning than Alamox, where Alamox just go in for pure aggression, and it works to her advantage. So we're gonna have to see. It's literally a match between Brains versus Brawn. So we're gonna see right now.
Which one is superior? I mean, granted, both of them. It's really a time and place kind of thing.
There's the goopy boy.
It looks like he's trying to surprise her again, and I feel like she is planned out enough, trying to accommodate for both sides, as she is going to equip a whammer of her own.
Oh, welcome to the Whammer Club. What are you trying to get us to talk about the Whammers now? Come on.
I mean, it is superior to the glamour, the foolish, silly weapon, the edge tool that doesn't really do much, but be edgy.
How come Whammer and not Kablammer? Just wondering.
Whammer's I think Whammer's a little bit faster. It's better at lining up its shots. It's safer on block. Though not by much. It's still like a hammer hitting the shield, which sucks.
Yeah.
And
the thing is with
you can more easily confirm from Whammer into other things, which, while you get 160 damage off of the Kablammer if you get the full hit, like, you get 130 on the Whammer and then you throw anything else, and even the Scully, which would be 80, that's 170 damage.
Lewis is fully intent on sending Alamok home at this point. Look at that. Devastating health lead. Didn't really have to do anything. Lewis is serious. I think. He seems to be just moving around. It's hard to tell with the heel. Definitely more serious.
Helix is like 2 years old. His serious mode is a very different story from most other characters and their serious mode.
Does Helix have emotion? Is he sentient?
He does. He's attracted to a twin tail, so...
Yes, but... He's... Okay, anyway, he's 2 years old, but according to this matchup, it's definitely more intelligence than that when it comes to arms. So they're both at a decent health equivalent. Oh, is that a double chakram?
Yeah, she is going in for the whole grab confirm game. Chakram's a good enough counter for Helix. You can put one of them, two of them, 8 of them, doesn't matter. It's still good.
And boom, there it is. No one is messing around. Looks like Alan's like, no.
You don't bring out the Helix against me, I'll just brass you up.
Still sticking with the double chakrams. Lewis still sticking with the double toasters. Oh, always going for grab confirms. There's one of them right there. 110 to 170. Very with a rush lead.
That's gonna be a good shield break.
The shield.
He does survive though. He still has that little bit of health. He's gonna try to call it out, but the guillotine is going to chop him down. And now he doesn't have that rush. He doesn't have this chance to bring things out. He's got to play things so safely. And you can tell Alamux is just like, I'll just try to buff up. Like, there's no reason for her to approach. She just needs to get rush ready, and that will be the end of this song.
But there's still a lot of time left. We still got a lot on the clock before we can call it a game. Because Lewis is playing very well defensively, getting those toaster pokes as Alamux tries to buff up, but not to the best avail. Lewis ready with rush, so we can see a health deficit being made up very quickly depending on these next few plays. So we're gonna have to see.
She does get the space she needs to get that charge up and ready. Lewis is ready to try to play this out. Nice movement, will allow him to break out, but not for long enough. And Alamux will be taking the first point.
Quite the do or die there.
I think she called him out here. She's just saying, you gotta play Spring, man. Helix ain't gonna work.
And so it seems. We're gonna see what they go to, where they go to next.
Name redacted.
All right. We're going to name. All right. So okay. So they banned Scrapyard. I think. I don't know. I'm not looking.
Wait. No.
Oh,
we haven't seen any bans yet. Oh wait. Sparring and Mazo have been banned. Sorry, I got it wrong.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of bits.
You got a lot of bits. Wow.
Alright, so it looks like Sparring and Mazo are banned. So we're gonna be going to Mazo. That sounds right to you, right?
So Mazo and Sparring are banned, therefore going to Mazo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that checks out with you, right? Chat, does that check out with you? Looks like, we're just gonna go back to DNA Lab.
Okay, we're going back to
Chat
DNA
says
Lab.
it checks out. Cool, let's go to Let's go to Mazo.
Alright, don't go to Scrapyard, I don't care.
Naru's fury grows with every stage that is in Scrapyard.
Just give me one Scrapyard. Do you guys really dislike it?
If that bar reaches full, Naru just steps in with double nades. The stage immediately turns into Scrapyard, and he takes both players out.
Okay, looks like a Tri-Blast and a Chakram for Alamux. Who's going with the bird toaster?
He's giving Alamux the bird right now.
Yeah, he is. He really do me though. Let's see. They're doing their best to keep space with each other. Alamox has the buff up, but it doesn't seem to affect how Lewis is playing. Lewis is just sticking behind the columns, chilling, just trying to go for pokes with the bird, seeing how that plays out.
Yeah, definitely taking as much advantage of these tubes while they are still present. Definitely looks like, yeah, DNA Lab, when those pillars are available, it is a good stage for Helix then against Brass. But it's like, once Alamox recognizes that these pillars are the problem, she'll just start burning them away. She'll start chewing them out. And then Lewis will have no cover to hide behind, and it'll just be that much safer for her.
There goes one pillar already.
Surprisingly, she hasn't gone for any of the pillars. Like, I think 5 of them are fully intact with that only one being taken down.
The rush punished by no
Oh,
rush.
the call out!
Lewis is controlling the tempo, but gets grabbed. Has to watch out for that 25% big boy mode, and has to. Oh!
Nice plays!
Nice plays. Let's see. Is that a double tri-blast and a double toaster? Come on, guys. Come on.
I don't know what she's anticipating here going in with double tri-blast. I don't, even Lewis's previous loadout, I don't think this would have been a good pick. We'll have to see how it fares though, and currently she is holding even with him.
Looks like he's just trying to exploit landings, making sure that Lewis too towery or jumping, just trying to cover that that horizontal movement. But there's still columns to deal with, but it seems to be in Alamox's favor. So looks like she's trying to keep some columns for. Oh wait, there goes one.
Lewis is definitely in on the plan. He knows what's going on. He sees what the problem is. He's gonna start burning them down. Get close enough. Make sure Alamox isn't comfortable enough to approach. And that is such an easy punish. I don't think she really anticipated on Lewis just seeing it and responding with the rush, because that was just one of those cases where you're like, just rush the button and you lose.
Gotta be careful. Those tri-blasts are just gonna be firing away like a dragon arm on both arms, and it's just but the Peebly grab. Lewis has to be careful. I call all Helixes Peebly because I think Link called him Peebly once, and Lewis takes the game. That was swift. That was close.
I'm curious why she didn't go double chakra. Maybe worried that he was gonna come in with an answer. She wants, like, maybe trying to just keep things mixed up to keep him on his toes. And potentially just to try to really flex and be like, you know what, I got this anyways. I'll go in with other stuff. But unfortunately,
that double tri-blast did not work in favor.
Yeah, it looks like it was a misclick, a misinput as well, which that is unfortunate. But c'est la vie and how things roll, just it do be that way. You make the misclick and you've got to stick with it.
It is what it is.
You live and die by the sword, even if you accidentally equipped 2 shields instead of a sword and shield. And then you walk into the arena, you're like, oh, I guess I've got to win with 2 shields now.
Yep. So, both players taking their picks. Where are we going?
DNA Lab, once again, we are not going anywhere. I mean, we are going somewhere. We're going DNA Lab, but we're not going anywhere else.
We're going DNA Lab. Scientists are being paid overtime just to put the columns back. It's like, oh, they're coming back.
They're like, geez, we just raised these new helixes. It's like...
What are you doing?
Stop killing our children!
Alright, so we got the Popper Chakram. Very good combination. And then we got the Toaster Bird. He looks like that was the...
Nice grab opening. Yeah, she's going in with the original setup that she had to anticipate Helix. Just figuring at this point, especially if Lewis isn't announcing any change to Springman, just being like, alright, well, you're definitely sticking to Helix then. I'm gonna go in with the Helix counter loadouts.
Yep. And the Popper's definitely doing favors for her as oh wait. The Chakram converters are so scary. You get hit, you know you're gonna get grabbed next, and that will cost you the round. So oppressive, so scary. Alamoc's ready with Rush. We have to see how Lewis responds at this round.
Looks like he is going in with the double Hydra here.
Ooh.
That's gonna there's all... You cannot punch all of those down. I mean, you can, but it takes some good timing. That was not good timing if you're looking for examples of good timing, though. As she just... She doesn't even approach, just with that opportunity.
Ooh,
Lewis whiffing his opportunity as well, though. Both players just struggling a little bit to keep that timing going. It is definitely not the easiest thing, especially when there's a lot of stress and pressure going on, like you're seeing for these two. They're vying to take that second place position or try to compete at least with Adam Brain. This is a tough matchup for Helix, so you know Lewis is doing his darndest, and Alamox, it's tough for her to make it this far, so she's doing everything she can to even climb farther.
Yep, Lewis is trying to hide behind one of his brothers and just, and there he's dead.
He saw that pillar drop, he's like, okay, I have to do this.
But guards the rest of that rush. Well played. Lewis is gonna lead with his own rush and just try to be oppressive with those Hydras. And makes the call out. Very well done. Oh, but that puts Alamox into... Wait! Forget what I said.
Puts her into dead.
Puts her into dead, okay. So quick, so precise. Both even with their health pools 1 round each.
And the guillotine's coming back out.
Toaster Hydra and the double chakram for Alumox. That double chakram definitely did wonders before in the past, so we're gonna have to see if it works again this time around with the Hydra. Alumox is playing a little more defensively this time around, now that the pillars are down. Just to avoid being oppressed by that Hydra. It's very, very interesting how she's taking the approach. Not trying to buff up as much, just trying to get just clean hits in. Trying to go for grabs, but not doing so much favors. Lewis is ready with the rush, but so is Alamox. We're gonna see who pops up first.
Oh, and he's just gonna barely get a couple of hits. Excellent punish there as Alamox just mashing her way through. He just recognizes he wasn't gonna win that trade. He calls it out with the shield, forces her into a position where she just leaves herself open, and just brilliant plays coming in. Excellent response from Alamox.
He's on with the momentum. We have to see how they both respond. Alamox is trying to go for a grab. Lewis will still be alive, but Lewis has to think fast, otherwise he will get hit again by an arm or a grab. With only 30 seconds left to go, Lewis has still plenty of time, but being oppressed in the corner puts him into dead, giving Alamox the game for this set.
Score now 2-1. Alamox holding on, has a chance to advance to Grand Finals. She's just gotta take Lewis down one more time. Temple Grounds is the next pick.
I think Lewis might swap at this point. Maybe this was all just a game. I have a bad feeling about what's gonna come next.
Is this a game? All of this is a game. Like, look at it. Look at us.
There it is. Made the call.
Yeah, I don't think many people weren't anticipating the Spring Man to step in. She's gonna be sticking with that loadout, not changing it a bit. Likely hoping that this Helix was to stay, but we've got Spring stepping in, and Lewis has to take 2 wins to be able to keep things going and close things out. Alamox just looking for that one more victory.
Yep. But it seems that Lewis isn't going down easy. Lewis is definitely pokes while playing extremely safe with the deflex. Very well done. But Alamox is ready with the buff up, and Lewis is just trying to get in there with charge hits, trying to knock off that buff in order to not get hit by impressive charge hits like that. So we're gonna have to see how Lewis responds, how Alamox will maintain oppression throughout the rest of this match. 3 pillars already down. No hiding anymore.
Nobody wants them around. They're just burning them through and just taking out their lives. This rush will be a good connection, but now he's having to deal with Alamox ready with a rush. And dashes right into that, not fully prepared to respond in time. He's got that enrage though.
Yep.
Which,
so we're gonna have to see.
That might be the equalizer. She's gotta get one more hit. One chip hit is all it is. And
Both of them are rage mode.
She is a huge target though, and you're seeing how easy it is for Lewis to poke her down in that buffed up state. Like that Phoenix is just like coming in from across the field, and it's just like
there it is.
She can't dodge it. She's too big.
She's too big. Lewis ready with rush, ready to oppress any time. Just trying to deny Brass being buffed up, as you see there with the 130 toaster. Trying to go in, trying to be oppressive. Not giving Alamox options. Ooh, but Alamox calls it and stays his shields from that rush. Walking slowly. Alamox getting oppressive.
Starting to get that suffocation game going. This is going to be a good shield break. He tries to respond, does take, I think that's going to be a little bit less damage, but now he's still scared of his shield breaking.
Yep. Ooh, but nice call out, nice counter. Lewis is getting back in there, trying to get that seesaw up to favor, not trying to get knocked down too many times. Keeping Brass in check so Brass doesn't get buffed up. Lewis almost ready with rush, ready to pop it off once it's charged. We're gonna have to see how this plays out.
Still needs a good hit or two to be able to have his rush be KO potential. That's going to be the opportunity. That said, Alamox has a chakram, and that is a blind rush. Just trying to anticipate something.
The tri-blast! And once again, we're in the same situation as...
Did Lewis just walk into that?
Lewis walked into that. But now Lewis has the high ground and the rush, so we'll have to see how this plays out. But Alamox buffing up, trying to keep the pressure, but oh no, the explode!
Disrespecting that Tri-Blast will lead into an easy punish. And I think that walk-in, he should have just tried to go for the kill. That might have been a misplay though. But if that walk-in was a genuine misplay, that is one of the most unfortunate ones he might be making here. As Alamox has the rush ready, she's closing in, she's looking to oppress.
Alamox only needs one round.
That was the rush chance. She could have balanced this so far, but she gets a nice grab here. She's not looking
for balance. She's looking for total dominance.
And she's going to get it. If that walk was a misplay, that is the biggest misplay of Lewis's career. Well, at least up to this point.
And that is game. Alamox moves on to grand finals. Well played performance by both players. And now, to our grand finals, we have Alamox and Atom Brain.
Coming in through with an impressive comeback bracket right now, taking down False King, taking down Lewis. Let's see, she had to take Jelly Pop down as well, so just some pretty tough matchups after getting knocked out by a clean 2-0 by Lewis. I know what Lewis was going for there.
Yeah.
He was going in with the Helix because he didn't want her to warm up to the Spring Man so that she could quickly start stomping him down. Unfortunately, that's a bad matchup for Helix, and like while he managed to prove a couple of things, he overall didn't work out, and it put him in a place where if Alamox just got a little bit of tempo.
Yeah. Alamox came in well prepared.
I feel like that stage wasn't the right pick either. He managed, like, I know he saw stuff like Mausoleum, he ended up coming out with a win. Was Sparring Ring banned? Let's see, what were the bans?
Oh, both players are ready.
Yes. Yeah, she spent Sparring and Mauso. She got rid of the two that he was probably looking for most. I'd still say Buster Beach actually could work really well against Ras. Like, if he starts getting any trades, it's a nightmare for her. That said, Ras is good in there.
It also depends on who lands in the hot pocket getting the match, so who knows how it would have gone.
Speculation can only go so far. What's done is done. Lewis settling in at third place. Alamox coming in, looking to dethrone Atom Brain, who has that advantage. She has to win 2 best of 5s.
Long way to go for Alamox. Adam Brain just needs 3. But we're gonna see how that plays out right now. Chakram. Oh wait. What are they playing? What are they gonna play?
We got Triblast, we got Chakram. I think there was a Roaster in there too.
Yeah. Saw that. Okay. Going in with an Explosive Spirit versus a chill playthrough. Alamox versus Adam Brain for Grand Finals. You can see that Adam Brain is leading off with the Freezies, trying to keep Brass in check from not buffing up. A very good use of arm choice in order to prevent buff ups and to shut down any buff ups that might potentially happen.
It's also a great setup for punishing just sheer aggression. You get one freeze, and you saw she immediately was like, well, I'm gonna punch again. And he's just like, no, you're not going to. You're gonna get hit for it.
Yep. When it comes to Freezies, there's also another game in Frozen. Now you have to think, are you gonna get grabbed? Do you have to cancel out the grab? Do you punch? What's the best option? Are you gonna get freeze blocked? You have to figure that one out. And that also cuts out time, which will be in Adam Brain's favor at this point, as we see that Alamox is being shut down.
Oh, very tasty bait going on right there. You saw Adam just like safely walk away, just not even a second's issue going on there.
Yep.
He's playing defensively here. I don't think that's a wise idea at this point. It might be better to just try to close things out, because Alamox is quickly building up another rush.
Yep.
And if she gets that tempo,
I think he is closing out, but just trying to be real safe about it. Not sure if it's gonna work. Very risky play.
oh, he does walk away with the point, but at the cost of, like, while he still has his rush, Alamox has got another one ready too. Like,
half of the stage is down with its columns, so we're gonna have to see how this plays out. They can either play offensively or defensively, depending on where they go. The Roaster has been traded out for the Tri-Black, trying to get in faster hits and more knockdowns.
indeed.
So we can see that. Oh, wait.
Oh, nice response from Alamox, safely stepping away, trying to just fish for a freeze. If he can get one, that pretty much will be Alamox losing that rush, unless she can respond appropriately.
Looks like Adam's going for his own charge as well, so it doesn't. Not trying to really land hits, just trying to throw out punches and see where it lands. Doesn't matter if it's connecting. Adam is just trying to get some advantage back.
Nice bait, but it's not nice enough. She sees him walking up, and she's gonna take the second one. Actress Aura cannot come out in time. That is a beautiful feast for Alamox, setting herself up with the lead.
Oh, what?
Nice Roaster. Trying to close in the distance now. Alamox trying to build some rush. We've got the freeze. She's not gonna play her. She's not playing. She's just gonna wait. And she is rewarded for her patience as Adam just waiting it out, looking for the perfect chance to throw out the rush. And he's losing ground because of that.
Look at that. Definitely some advantage mix-ups here. Trying to just mix up the pace and tempo with only a few seconds left to go. Ooh!
Nice. Is Adam going to be sticking with this loadout? He does choose to keep this rolling. I feel like the double Chilla might hold out a bit better. The Cougarine still a good pick, and we'll just have to see how he's able to make things fair. Trying to bait her out again, but it's going to be him getting baited as that Chakram leaves him nice and open, and she's going to cancel out that Cougarine. Now it's a nice
Everyone
lead in
is
her
just
favor.
fishing today. Gotta say, it's very, oh man. The oppressive aura that Brass just emits. I mean, it's still, just don't get in the corner. That's all I gotta say about it.
Trying to look for another chance. These two just charging back and forth. Alamox is going to start building up a pretty hearty lead. She's just looking for some rush. If she gets her rush ready, she can definitely close this out. That's going to be an excellent bait, and she will take it. 1-0 advantage, Alu.
Alright, and that puts Alamox with 1 point. Still an uphill battle, but we're gonna see where it goes from here.
Indeed.
Also, my Switch died.
Oh.
So that's great. No, keep on going. What's the fault? the stream. I'll try and get back in.
I mean, here, you know what? We'll do this then. You won't be able to hear it, but we've got a plan B.
Oh, are you doing what I think you're doing? Oh,
There you go. You'll
Art.
be slightly delayed, but I mean,
That's all good.
technically, what I can do then is I can just watch off of that too. Then we'll be out at the same time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Oh, looks like we're staying in DNA.
We're staying in DNA, and we're only gonna be in DNA for the remaining rounds. No other stages exist. Only DNA.
We're only getting slaps of Dan here, nothing else.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Same
loadouts.
We've got a roaster on Adam's side as well.
Alright, let's see how these two play out. Looks like... Okay, Max is going for aggression, trying to buff up, but seems to always like to buff up, but just get a grab and just things up. That seems to be a very good strategy. One pillar down already. And just using that chakram to the advantage, so... Ooh, but Adam is oppressively approaching slowly when Alamox is frozen.
He's gonna try to go for the punish, and it is going to be a nice response going in. Almost just really staying on top of things. This rush will be a clean connection too. Nothing that Adam could do as that pillar was not planning on sticking around.
Yeah. Round 2 already. Adam Brain just approaching slowly, goes some distance, calls it out, but gets does not land that.
It's looking like just the roaster pick has made such a huge shift in tempo, and Alamox's arms just kind of like very cleanly outboxing Adam Brain, and him just not really knowing what to do to respond.
Adam Brain is going for a more calculated, just trying. Big brass boy, working in his favor. Both players almost are. Oh, there you go. Ready with the rush. Trying to see who pops off at this point. Adam doesn't really need to pop it off. We'll have to see.
He's trying to bait something now. He was looking for something again, but Alamox is just not playing into his games. Not
Adam going
nearly
for chip
as much as
damage.
he wants.
Adam slowly trying to chip the damage away. Very safely. But that chakram is being very oppressive. But the column is broken, so now the... Oh, there we... Nice charge hit.
Really well done. Like, the little bit of space he had to dance around that giant, just permacharged chakram constantly chasing him about, and he managed to make it work, got the couple of chip hits he needed, and now we've got that tempo rolling in his favor.
Ooh. Oh, nice call out. With a 355, Alamox close to 25%, but with a rush. A lot of work to do for her to make up that health deficit. And again, Adam is just chipping away, but not working too much. Back into the corner. Alamox is just trying to go for an oppressive approach, but
There's
Adam
the
is
freeze.
pushing back.
Here comes the rush.
The rush is out, but Adam still has a health lead. Can still be just as oppressive with... So, Alamox not done yet. Alamox is not done. Just
She's
trying to
focused
go
on
for
rush
charge hits.
generation again. She's looking to build up another rush before Adam gets his.
Yeah, but Adam's more close, so not sure if that's gonna make it. It also depends if Alamox is able to survive this, which is gonna come pretty soon, from what I'm seeing.
I mean, the big thing too is just the fact that like Adam had to approach as well. He is going to call it out, but it's not going to work out. Alamox will be able to bring out the rush in time, and this rush bait game will come out in her favor.
Alamox leading with 2. One more, and we'll head into a... Adam only needs 3 to go.
And we're just going to dive straight back in.
Gentlemaning back into DNA. Like I said, we're only gonna see DNA next. That's the only stage in the game. What's Buster Beach?
What
is
are
Scrap here?
beaches? We don't.
What are-
We only see laboratories.
There's only laboratories.
They're self-isolating. They know that they're joining
Yeah.
in self-isolation, recognizing that it's like you don't want to
Look
go
at
to
that,
crowded areas. You need to stay
They're both
somewhere
wearing masks.
quiet
Both
and
wearing masks.
discreet. Yeah.
But they're trying to keep 6 feet away from each other, so that way they don't get hit by a punch.
Yeah.
Anyways, social distancing jokes aside, they're playing pretty evenly, trying to just get a dominant pace, but it seems that they're trading grabs. They're just like, hey, high five. I'm gonna call them high fives from now on.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So
Alan
let's
Box
see.
is just getting really good at catching Out of Brain's plans as well, just recognizing, like, seeing him quickly run up, and just before he gets that actress aura going, she's just like, yeah, you're still moving, so I'm just gonna rush you here.
Ooh, that arm is about to break. Gotta be careful with those next moves. That grab frees Alamox, puts into the rage state, but Alamox does not have the rush yet. All it'll take is just a bit of chip damage to secure the round.
He's backing
We'll
up
see.
too much. He needs to go in for the kill. He's giving her rush chances. He's playing this game too defensively, and it's giving her chances to be able to get charged up. Now she's ready. She's coming in for the kill. And
There it is.
now he's trying to
coming.
just find a way to kill her while holding on to this rush.
10 seconds.
He's not gonna be
Nice.
able to.
There it is. That paid off pretty well with the magic pixel left.
That's the
But
second
now-
time this has happened.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the
Yeah.
pattern here. Adam Brain, he has a good lead, but you notice, like, once it gets to that end game and he thinks he has a health lead that's solid enough, he'll go for the timeout, and it's like there's too much time still for the timeout. Alamox builds up a rush, she goes in for the punish, and she's like, alright, so you've given me a free rush, now I'm just gonna overpower you because my rush is just better. And then he loses. Like, he needs to be able to keep this tempo going.
Looks like Adam Brain is just going for oppressive. Maybe saving the rush to neuter Brass completely. Oh no.
I think this is
We'll
a
see how
perfect
this-
going on.
We'll see how this corner interaction goes. Is that,
That
a
was a
perfect?
perfect.
That was a perfect. Well
Like,
done.
you see what I mean? As soon as he backs up, that's when he's giving Alamox the chance, and he is respect. It's one of those cases where it's like, there are certain characters, Master Mummy's a very easy example. He is a tried and true example of it. If you respect your opponent too much, sometimes it makes it super easy for them to trample you.
Yep.
Even if you are winning by a milestone.
That fire that Adam Brain has seems to have whittled away at eating. He eats a 315 rush, but counters with his own to 240. But still has a lot of health to catch up with.
Oh, that drop of the shield.
Yep. The anticipation. Don't know when that is gonna fly out. Alamox holding strong with a generous health lead and still just trying to generate rush just to close things off. Doesn't care about these arms, freezies, just gonna stay buff and
Rush game. Like, she's
Yep.
got an excellent rush game loadout, so she's just playing the rush game here. Knows what to
Adam
how
has
to
to be
force
careful.
Adam
Oh.
out, and she's gonna be able to take it because of that.
and that puts us at a bracket reset. The true grand finals has been unlocked. Now both of them need 3 points in order to win. This is the Scrapstar North America 63. I need water because things are about to get hot.
Indeed.
Watch them run back to whatchamacallit.
The loot?
Watch them run back to DNA.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna see 3 more rounds of DNA. 5.
Well, the stage striking is leading straight into DNA. I'm guessing we're going there. Yeah, there we go.
There it is! The only stage that exists. Spring Stadium? What's that? I don't know.
All we want are slabs of Dan. But yeah, this is... We saw a huge narrative kind of going through here where Adam Brain started off pretty strong, but unfortunately, like, he was just starting to get overwhelmed and the later in we were watching that, the more clear it was is that Adam Brain didn't know how to commit.
Yep.
He wasn't confident in committing, and he gave Alumux so many chances to be like, she's got a rush generation loadout. Her game plan is to generate rush. If you let her generate rush, she's going to be in a better position than you. So what
That's
he needs
costing
to
Adam
be,
Brain.
yeah. So what he needs to be able to do is recognize that and just keep this chase going. Make sure he's playing the trade game and just playing in a smart way where either her rushes just aren't enough or she doesn't get those rushes.
You gotta make, yeah. Adam Brain has to make sure that rush meter does not build because it's part of the game. But it looks like Adam Brain is trying to get back, but is failing to commit fully. Oh, ice chain.
There's some
That's a
good
grab.
commitments. Now we're just looking for a good read. A solid read from Alumux will give her the chance. Oh, but that's gonna be an easy response with the actress aura as she throws out a clean double punch.
I got baited. I thought it was game over, but I'll throw this out. So you think I'm free, but I'm not. Alumux ready with the rush.
She's gonna try to
As
force
expected.
this situation again. She sees her chance,
Yeah.
but this time Adam Brain just a little bit more clever. He was more ready. He had just enough space. I think that was Alumux getting a little overconfident in her timing, but a safe block on that Chilla. I definitely feel like Adam Brain, as nice as that Cool Rain is, I really feel like a double Chilla loadout would be so much more beneficial to him in these exchanges. It would give him a chance to power through a lot more of what Alumux has going on. The Chillas would probably travel a lot faster than that chocolate.
Ooh, but Alumux decides to throw away the rush and just keep Adam Brain in the corner while trying to stay in an oppressive state.
She throws away the rush, but I've seen this before. I've played this away. You throw away the rush, but you're like, I'm gonna have another one in like 30 seconds, so it doesn't matter.
Adam Brain still has a lot to go before that rush builds up. Adam ready with his own rush, but waiting for the perfect opportunity to pop it off. Popping it off too early will cost him in the long game when it comes to rush building.
Oh,
So
that
he's
Cool
okay.
Rain just barely saving him. Alumux building up this rush. She will not be able to dodge.
Wait.
And
Ow.
he takes her out just in the last moment.
Adam Brain waiting the first point of the set.
C'est bon.
Looks like we're seeing some strategy mix-ups here.
Yeah.
Oh, and by
he's-
the way, I'm back. So yeah,
Yay!
thank you for feeding my eyes.
Yes.
All right, let's see how the rest go from here. So as they ban their stages and go back to DNA Lab, what
You
are-
mean the thing that's already happened?
Oh, it's all DNA. Wait, it's all DNA? Always has been.
Just one of the cells just lift a gun up. I don't know why that makes me
unchanging
think of
arm,
Among
unchanging
Us
stage.
now.
It all comes down to player skill at this point. They are trying to figure out strategies, trying to figure out how each of them are going to cope with each other's plays and movements.
Oh, and Adam's starting to
Freeze!
showcase that he is really starting to warm up to what Alumux is doing as half of her health meter quickly dissipates.
Ah, but the grab option.
Good quarter
Go
of his
there.
health will
Go
get
low.
cleaned off by a solid chakra confirm. That
But the
roaster just
freezies.
bounced right off to the side. If
We
he can
are
KO her before
experiencing
she gets
an
that rush.
avalanche. Oh, and there it is! The snowstorm! Adam Brain is looking to finish things off very quickly this time around, preventing any rush generation or any grabs. Alumux ready with rush, but we're gonna have to see how she uses it.
Oh, and there we have that
Fine.
bait coming in. Alumux is definitely starting to feel the pressure. She's feeling this tension.
Ooh.
Adam has changed his response, and she no longer has that clean advantage she had before. We've got a nade on the field as well.
We
That
got a
roaster's been
nade on
put
the
away.
field. It's time.
Better
true
shield
test.
pressure. It's better shield pressure, but I feel like it's too slow now. It's
It is
not
too
keeping
slow.
up.
Alumux has to keep
Oh,
aggression
never
in
mind,
order to
it's
use that
keeping
nade
up.
prop. Wait, no. keeping up just for a little.
Oh!
Wait.
Just a little
Messes
too
up the
saucy
timing
with
of the
that
pace.
punish play. And he's gonna get punished for this one.
Oh! And thus, Alamux takes that round. We still got another round to go. We have to see how player plays out this match. Trying to figure out where to go. It's just, put the clean nade. Are we gonna get another one? Alamux is poking with the nade more so than the chakra.
It's so safe
poking
when you
shot
get
here.
it on shield, and
Yep.
I think she's recognizing that Adam's looking for a lot more shield reactions at this point.
Yep. Speaking of shield reactions, Adambrain's gonna take that one and give a 160.
Trying
Let's
to
see.
push for a little bit more damage before Alamux gets that rush ready. We get another freeze, another grab. She will have it prepared now, but he just needs this rush to stick.
Who's gonna rush first? Who's gonna eat it?
He's gonna
Still
eat that
plenty of-
nade,
He's gonna eat that nade.
and
Block
she
that.
tries to
Wait,
punish,
wait.
and he
Oh!
will be able to
Drop the
secure
shield.
2-0.
2-0. Oh.
And what was a clean sweep before for Alamux, it's currently holding up a clean sweep for Adambrain.
Adam is mixing up the pace significantly, trying to get quick jabs in at the most unexpected times.
I feel like a lot of this is she's made her adaptations, and now she's settled into it, and now he's starting to recognize how he needs to adapt. He's
Yep.
responding, and now this is what Alamux does. When she starts losing that edge, she gets frustrated. When she gets frustrated, she starts making so many more misplays. She loses so much more of her ground and makes herself that much easier of a target.
Adam's playing the mind game, and it's working out in his favor. Alamux is trying to go in for brutish. See, as you can see, Alamux is no longer buffs anymore. Just trying to get in with pure aggression without getting those buff charges first, and this may cost her the match if she doesn't play accordingly with a smart movement.
There's a good buff up. That's her chance to kind of keep tempo going. She's slowed down, but whenever she gets that buff, she's getting frozen now. She's just getting picked and pinned down.
Adam is reading the timing very precisely. Almoc's not even ready to let.
Oh, he's not reading the timing on that one.
The rage of the nade being so apparent, but doesn't make it.
For the first time in this best of 10 that we've seen, the pillar's gonna survive and protect Adambrain. Every other time we've seen that
Almox isn't having it. Almox has triggered her flight or fight response, and here it is. Not caring about any freezes, just trying to get in. Just trying to get the health whittled down to 0, even if it means Alamox's health gets whittled down to 1. Oh!
And that's not gonna work out for her, as he gets that one freeze, and she doesn't even shield.
This round will make or break it.
We are on tournament point here. This is the final card. We've got the full last boss mode going, double nade, double disarm, and the rush response!
No! Focused too much on buffing up and didn't get the grab opportunity. Oh man.
And now it's another ice chain. Adam has this lead, he has this control, he just needs to close things out.
Alamox trying to go back in with
Another
the bang,
freeze.
but now looking out. The freezies. Adam's telling Alamox to chill, and it is working, except not in the head. Alamox is on fire, trying to get in with aggression. 50 in the 100.
She's fully ready. She's gonna go in for it. You knew she was gonna go for that charge. Sends Adam 2 magic pixel. She's just looking for one more straight blast. Adam gets the freeze.
But the freeze.
Tries to bait something out, but she's gonna patiently wait that one. Makes the right call. She is still just barely alive. The knockdown puts her in critical condition as well. It is last play for these two players. If Adam can call this, you're done.
But if Alamox can call this as well.
Oh, a nice block! That sets Alamox even weaker, but she will carry through.
Alamox is not done yet. The double nades. The spirit of double nades rests within.
She's
But
putting
now
one of the
switches
nades
back.
away. She got the win. She wants something different, though. She doesn't trust that it'll work again. She's looking
Yep.
for... That roaster's definitely good speed. And especially with that rush available, it can be a pretty scary combination. Adam playing this patiently, looking to build a rush of his own, get himself set up and ready. He's losing corner. He's losing space.
Uh-oh. Alamox again with a freeze.
She
But-
will punish.
Get into the corner.
Got the
There's no
freeze.
way to stun grab anymore. Alamox is going for pure aggression. There goes a column. Only one remaining.
Nice plays, but it's gonna lead to her getting frozen again. And he reads her grab
Ooh.
attempt. Alumox
All
is now
columns
in
down.
KO range. This rush will kill if she cannot make things work. Another freeze.
Another freeze.
Comes in for the kill. She is now
Ooh,
Last
dangerous
hit.
position to be in.
excellent call with the
Keeps the
shield.
guard up. That sells a lot
Look
of
at
good-
that movement!
The sneaky boomerang. The sneaky coolerang. And that's it. That is it.
That is it.
That's
Adam taking Alumox down, getting swept by her and responding in kind.
Very well played from beginning to end. An amazing set, an amazing performance by both players. Had me on my toes.
That was intense. That was exciting. That was fantastic.
Very well played by both of these. Congratulations to Adam Rain for winning first place.
Just a long, difficult climb for Alumox, and she made it so far, but at the end of the day, it just was not enough.
Yep.
And with that said and done, we are finished with this week's Scrapstar. Thank you all so much for watching. Naru,
Maliv.
do you think people liked your voice? Why am I asking it this way?
I don't know why. Why are you asking it this way?
Maybe they want to watch you stream more.
Oh. Well. Hey, look at that. That's my stream link. You should click it. I'm online sometimes. I like to be online in the evenings, play some ARMS, play some new games that come out.
Play games that Nintendo lazily pooped out for way too much money because they knew they'd get away with it. But it's
And
still
they
good
did.
games, so
Yeah,
okay.
they got away with my money, but at least I get to play Sunshine on the go,
Yeah.
and I'm happy with that.
Yay!
But yeah, if you want to go over and see Nade Chan stream a game, go for it. Twitch.tv/Ner and senpai_. And with that, I will take my leave. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
My leave.
Ah!
Alright.
Alright, have a good night.
Ciao.